Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all already know what it is. You see all the yellow in here. That means it is the TCL, where you pick the topics. People have sent through super chats already. People have sent through comments on all the different posts on YouTube, Twitter, etc., etc. And the topic of the show today is why the Eastern Conference will never, ever dominate the NBA. For as far back as I can think, the Eastern Conference has been, well, just the inferior conference. And we're going to get into it, and I'm going to get into the tweet that got us into all of this. But before I do that, and before I talk about why Michael Jordan never ran the East or never ran the league, even though he was in the East, LeBron James never ran the league while he was in the East, I must tell you guys about something very special. It is a partnership that Players Choice is excited to announce with Splash Sports. We are officially partnered with them. These are paid fantasy contests and games where skills will be prevalent and where you can compete against each other, not the house. Yes, you'll be able to compete against Mars, Penn, Chill, myself, Big Ox, alongside everybody else in the chat. This will be starting with the press box. We'll get into NBA too in a couple months, but as of right now, we will be primarily focused on the NFL. We are starting off with 2 fire contests that y'all can compete in with us for the NFL season. A $50K Survivor game plus a $15K weekly pick'em. They are live right now. The link is in the bio. Yes, you heard me. The link is in the bio and the description at the top of the comment section. You must be 18 plus or 21 plus in Massachusetts, Iowa, Arizona, Louisiana, and 19 plus in Alabama and Virginia. Paid partnership, terms applied. But y'all go ahead and tap that link in the bio and let's get into it, because 50K and 15K is on the line. Fellas, it don't get more exciting than that, right?
Nope. Yeah, especially since we tap it into football. You know, Mars and Penn might not be super tapped into this, but the biggest trade in the last, 2 years
since
at least.
I'm going further back than that.
I mean, Khalil Mack, when he got traded, Peyton
big.
Manning, when he signed in free agency. Yeah, we had maybe the biggest trade. Jalen Ramsey got traded for 2 firsts to LA. That obviously paid off. But in terms of the narrative, the stuff around it, the money involved, $188 million pinned, $136 million guaranteed, largest guaranteed for a non-quarterback ever, 4-year, $188 deal to Micah Parsons, who for me is one of the 4 best defenders in the sport. He's 26 years old, Penn. I just want you to think about, in your context that you might like this in, I mean, imagine like Amin Thompson is, 25, 26 years old. He's on a max contract. He's everything that everybody thought he would be. And he looks like he has even more upside to be like a legitimate superstar 2-way type of player. And they just trade him. They trade him because, one, he didn't want to just capitulate to whatever they were doing because ownership is super shiesty in Dallas. And he said that, look, I'm not going to do a deal with you directly. Jerry Jones tried to get a deal with Micah Parsons verbally done without having the best agent in the business, a black man, by the way, negotiate with him and David Malagueta. And then he ends up trying to circumvent Micah Parsons and David, and then doesn't agree to talk to David at all. And then now here we go. We got the biggest trade to the Packers. And the Packers, all they had to give up is Kenny Clark, who is an aging player, really good player, aging player, and 2 first-round picks.
3 years older than him.
And he's chill. Sound like a bucket of extra crispy to me. Maybe not a 6-pack, maybe a 24-pack. But hey.
No, it's a 6-pack, Ron. But it's cold though. But it's cold though. It's not warm. It's definitely cold. But to Swiper's point, to add a little bit more context. So Penn, what he's also taught, what the thing that he left out is, imagine Amin Thompson being the best distributor in the game. Like, he might not be, he's one of the best point guards, but he's hands down the best distributor in the game on top of that. And he's in a huge contract dispute with Indiana. And he's in a huge contract dispute, with Houston. And he wants to make a deal. Houston wants to make a deal with him. He wants to make a deal with them. But he wants them to deal with his agent. Like, don't talk to me, talk to my people. It's that simple. But the owner doesn't want to talk to his people. In fact, not only does the owner not want to talk to his people, the owner is sunning him. Like, listen,
in public.
Like, listen, you and me, we can handle this. Let's stop acting like a child. Okay, now definitely I'm not talking to you. Now I'm definitely not talking to you. So, yes, this became a huge problem.
Yeah, these sports owners are out of control, man.
Yes, and Jerry Jones is one. Well, you got to remember who we're dealing with, though. We got to remember who we're dealing with, though, Swiper. We're dealing with an 80-year-old man. That's who we're dealing with. We're not dealing with, and Pat Riley has changed with the times. I'll give Pat Riley some credit. Pat Riley has changed with the times. Jerry Jones, on the other hand, Jerry Jones still thinks that, it's 1995. He still thinks that it's 1998.
He inherited a super team when he got the team. He won 2 Super Bowls with Jimmy Johnson, and ever since he fired Jimmy Johnson, Penn, because he wanted the credit. Felt like Jimmy was getting too much. He didn't have Jimmy in the Ring of Fame, the Ring of Fame, until like 6 years ago.
Yo, Swiper, I hate to step in, but we can't give them too much because they got to pull up to the press box this Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. If you want to hear all about the Cowboys and why they would make a crazy-ass move like this, Luka Doncic to the Lakers.
Great watch.
And if you want to hear about the Packers and their Super Bowl chances, well, you just got to pull up on Sunday. Yep. And on top of that, once again, we will get into all the splash games that you need to play for this Survivor and the Weekly Pick'em based on this NFL football season. But fellas, the topic at hand is from a super chat that got sent through yesterday, revolving around the Eastern Conference versus the Western Conference. It was from my dog Ole, or Ole. I hope it's spelled O-L-E-Y, so I'm assuming it's Ole. But Ole said, "What years were the East better than the West? All time, if you can. People seem to think every year the West was better, and that's definitely not true." And chill. I'm trying to think back. Really, legitimately, Mars. When was the East really better than the West?
In the 80s, it was. No doubt about
Way
that.
better. Yeah.
In the 80s, it was. Let's see, 1993, I think the East was better. 1994, I'm sorry, not 1994, I'm sorry, 1997. I definitely think the East was better. I think they had 6 50-win teams in the Eastern Conference that year. I think that we underrate. I can appreciate you guys' logic on the Eastern Conference being weak in the 2010s, but
2000s, 2010s,
this century, this century.
I can appreciate your logic about it being weak, and I do think that there is some truth to that. However, I think it goes a little bit overboard. Like, for example, like in 2018, I don't think we give the Eastern Conference enough credit for how good it was. 18? The reason why, and the reason why is because how good the Warriors were. That's why. Because don't forget that Cavs team that made the NBA championship. I mean, they were in 4th place, and they just so happened to have the best player in the league.
But chill, that was the worst iteration of LeBron's Cavs, though.
Right.
Yeah, that team wasn't even good, and they made the final. That was the point.
I'm not gonna say they weren't good, but they weren't
good relative to like. I mean, they weren't good.
And they managed to win 50 games in the East,
and that was largely due to who?
Braun.
Yes, and who at that point, and remember who we're talking about here. We're not talking about Bron James, just a good player or a great player. He was the best player in the game, and he had arguably the best. I mean, he had the best playoff run in NBA history. If you're looking at what he's doing at that time,
I don't think so.
I think that we look at like the records for the Eastern Conference. I think we look at the records for the Western Conference. I think in 2018, I want to say, I mean, you can straighten me out with this, Mars. I think in 18 they had 4, maybe 5 teams in the East win 50+ games. I think 3 of them in 18 won 50 games, something like that. And
but this is a problem. Mm-hmm. But this right here, what you're doing is the problem. 50 games winning against who? Against other Eastern Conference teams, right? And that's the problem. When you miss the playoffs in the Western Conference, you still end up in the lottery. But you're in the lottery against a whole bunch of teams that lost games in the Eastern Conference. So when a team that finishes 11th, 12th, maybe even 13th, like the Portland Trailblazers, in the Western Conference, could easily make the playoffs in the Eastern Conference, but now they're being awarded a lottery pick, the gap between these two conferences continues to grow and grow.
Because you got better players, right? I do get that.
I've never even thought about it like that a day in my life.
Yeah.
Does it make sense though?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really smart. I've never thought about it like that.
because you're getting better players. I definitely can appreciate that logic. However, when I think about the Eastern Conference, like for example, like we don't talk about the East from 2010 to 2019, when, let's say 18, for example, when that Indiana team went up against that Cleveland team. Like, that was a damn good Indiana team. I don't think we give that team. But here's the difference. In 2018, we don't give them nearly as much credit. But this is what we'll do: we'll knock that team, but then we won't say a word about when the Boston Celtics, who won the NBA championship in 2008, was in a dogfight 7-game series with that Atlanta Hawk team who had 0 All-Pros.
None of them. Said the East was weak the whole time. East was weak too.
Chill. Nobody's hyped up that Atlanta team. In fact, it's been the opposite.
In fact, we've slandered Doc Rivers for going to 7 with that team because they couldn't win a game on the road.
Whack, though. I don't ever hear anybody say that team was whack.
Chill. Joe Johnson that team was whack.
I mean, Joe Johnson this, Al Horford that, Josh Smith this. Yeah, man, that's what I hear about when I hear that team or that same Chicago Bulls team that they went 7 games with, which was a great series even without.
Atlanta team was below 500. Like, they weren't good.
And
they made the playoffs is actually concerning.
And we've had teams in the Western Conference that were less than in the.
So it sounds like you're trying to defend the East, but I think by doing it, you're making points that only exacerbate how bad the East has been.
But I'm not.
Like 2018, the Pacers weren't good. Like, they were good again. If you ask me,
they were the 5 seed.
If you ask me, I think that 2018 run with LeBron is very, very heavily weighed by bad teams that he played against. I think a run in which the Boston Celtics were clearly not healthy. Like, I think there's several factors that went into why that year looked like the way it did. LeBron individually, it's always been great in the playoffs. Like, there's only a couple runs where he's not been like LeBron. Yeah. But I think the issue is like if he played versus like some of these Western Conference runs with some of these other teams, I think the story about him would be like would be much different, because even at the level, you said what?
He wouldn't have 6 finals losses.
He wouldn't have 6 finals lost. He wouldn't have 10 finals appearances. And so then at that point, it's like, is LeBron the biggest like what if of all time? You know what I mean? Like, and then if anything, then you got LeBron fans who are gonna be pushing, well, he didn't play in the Eastern Conference when Jordan did, and then boom, boom, boom. Like, I'm saying that I think the issue is now is like they're in a situation where they're gonna have to figure, like, you're gonna have to figure out how to talk about the Eastern Conference without talking about like these teams that are subpar, that these other teams that won championships or went to the finals had to beat. Because in the West, the teams you play are mostly contenders. Like, the teams you play in the second round and beyond are contenders or other elite good teams. Even if you look in the 2000 chill, the Mavericks were great. They didn't win jack.
They were.
But Swiper,
the Suns were great. They didn't win jack.
When you say that, that's the top 2 or 3 teams that might get a pass. So if you're playing a 8 seed, a 7 seed, or a 6 seed, you might get a pass. If you're playing anybody that's a top 6 seed, top 5 or 6 seed in the West, it's a dogfight. Like, imagine having to play the top. We can go back to as far as 2000. If you got to play a top 5 seed in the West in the first round, you're pretty much cooked.
Well, they're gonna play you too, so it goes both ways.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, if you're an 8 seed, a 6 seed, or a 7 seed, and let's say you got 47 wins and you were able to sneak into the playoffs.
That's why KG kept getting packed up.
You see what I'm saying? But what would KG have done with those teams if he was in the East?
KG out there winning 50 games in that West,
in the East,
and his reward is Kobe and Shaq. Like,
what's his reward if he's in the East though? How many Eastern Conference Finals runs do we potentially get from KG? I'm not saying he makes it to the finals. I'm not saying he wins.
You might get some conference finals runs in there, like
in 2002, Minnesota won 50 games. That's good enough for 3rd in the East, which means
come on, y'all.
That's good. That's good enough for 3rd in the East, which means that he would have to have seen
Philly
in round. He would have saw Philly in round 1.
To the former point, 50 games in the West might have been 58 games in the East. So they might have been like the number 1 seed.
The reason why I struggle with this is because this isn't college football where, we only play a certain amount of teams.
I got you.
The Eastern Conference plays the Western Conference too. It's not like Philly just plays just the teams in the Atlantic Division. No, they play the teams. I mean, they play teams in the Eastern Conference. They play teams in the Western Conference too.
Okay.
And the reason I don't want to make this about James, because again, this isn't about James, but when we're talking about from 2010 to 2019, This has to be about him off the strength that he was in the finals every year. Almost every year, with the exception of 2019. He was in the NBA championship every year. So to get to the NBA championship, you had to go through him, right?
Okay.
So with that being said, I mean, was that Toronto team? I mean, you're a Toronto guy. Was that Toronto team that he swept in the playoff? That they swept in the playoffs? Were they that bad?
Penn, I dare you. I did. Oh
They
my
weren't that
God,
bad.
Mars.
You thought they were bad?
What do they do?
I thought they were a good team.
I'm not saying they're an amazing team. They were a good team.
I thought they were a good team.
The 18 Raptors were a good team.
Yeah,
Yes,
right. They were an all right team. They were all right team.
Yeah.
What do Swiper?
I think the
No.
17
I gotta
Raptors
talk
were
to
good too.
I gotta talk to a real West Coast
Now the
representative.
Raptors get packed up in the West, but that's
Okay. Thank you. That's
but
all.
they were still a good
Do we
team.
know that for a fact? Y'all said the same thing about Indiana. Y'all said the same thing about Indiana.
18
which team are you rooting for this
They get
year?
packed up in the West.
Joe, who's your team in the East this year? Is it the Cavs or is it
Yes,
the Boston
sir.
Celtics? It's the Cavs.
Yes, sir.
That's the team you're rooting for, right?
I think that they win the NBA championship this year.
Okay,
That's why
I
I'm
could
like,
legitimately see the Cavaliers
Losing
winning
in the second round.
65 games, 64 games this year. I could see it
Sure.
happening. I could actually see them push 68 games if things go really bad and they're really good.
Sure.
Now, as a Cavs fan, if I give you the option to play OKC 2, 3, or 4 times, how many games would you like to play against OKC?
If you gave me the option to play them 2, 3, or 4 times,
Mhm.
well, I don't want to play them twice.
Why not?
Because
You
I
don't
don't
wanna
want to.
win?
He wants to get used to them. He wants to
Yes, that's not
Oh.
indicative, right? Yes.
All right, but
P1
Penn,
game.
no, that's cool. But Penn, keep going through the whole down. Penn, keep going through the
Just
whole
do the
down.
top 5 in the
Mars
West.
and I
Just do
are
the top
No,
five in
keep
the West.
going, Penn, because I know what you're doing here, Penn. Keep going.
Right. So if you go down the list of the Western Conference powerhouse teams, right? Like the teams that are supposed to be the top of the West, you're talking about the Houstons, you're talking about those teams.
Sure.
If you're trying to win 70 games, you want to play those teams twice. But how many times do you want to play the Washington Wizards?
4 times.
Exactly.
18.
How many times do you want to play the Charlotte Hornets? 4 times. How many times do you want to play the
Well, wait a minute though, Penn.
The Brooklyn
Do I?
Nets 4 times.
And here's why I'm asking.
Chicago
you want to play the
Bulls
Toronto
4
Raptors?
times.
Here's why I'm asking that, and I know that you're walking me into a trap here. That's what you're trying to do.
I'm not.
You're
walk yourself into that
100%
trap.
walking me into a trap because your idea is if I rebut with, well, I do want to play the Houston Rockets more. I do want to play the Oklahoma City Thunder more. Well, I'd be in the Western Conference where the competition is tougher, right? So I do get that part, no question about it. However, this is what I'm talking about when I talk about that we play everybody. No, I know that we only play twice, right? I do know that. But this season is indicative to how the Eastern Conference is more underrated than we gave it credit for. Indiana's a prime example. Swiper, even though you bigged up Indiana as much as you did throughout the course of the year, the majority of us had Indiana getting smoked against Oklahoma City. We had them getting smoked in 5 games.
That says more about OKC to me. than
Believe it
anything
or
else.
not, the Eastern Conference.
I had them getting smoked in 5 games. Meanwhile, we got a 7-game dogfight, but I'm sorry. As you
This
guys
is a
have
very,
said.
very deep topic in terms of the disparity between the East and the West. And it has predominantly been the Western Conference dominating the East for a very long time. There's a lot of reasons for this. One of the reasons I brought up, which was the draft, right? The second thing I'll bring up is what's the thing they say about Eastern Conference teams is the hardest game is the first game back from West road trip, right? Why? Because for whatever reason, it is harder to go from West to East than it is to go East to West, like in terms of the time difference. So a lot of teams that come from the West, like even your Dallases, your San Antonios, your Houstons, whatever, when they go to Orlando or I don't know, New York, because the schedule makers give them a one-off, they are jet lagged as hell. You're not playing the best version of those teams. Pardon? You don't believe that's true?
Sharing something.
Keep going, Penn. Swiper's trying to derail your great take right
now.
That's
one of the key reasons.
Time zones.
Another reason is that teams in the East often build to compete in the East. So a team like, for instance, the Toronto Raptors, the Orlando Magic, they went all in with moves for Desmond Bane and Brandon Ingram. Whereas in the Western Conference, neither of those teams would see themselves as being able to emerge out of the East. So they make more short-sighted moves for smaller gains, right? There just so happens to be also a big advantage towards cold weather, warm weather element, right? There is a huge disparity in terms of how many teams in the Eastern Conference happen to be in cold weather cities.
That's interesting.
Chicago, right? Brooklyn, Toronto, like there's so many. Boston. These are all teams with snow. So when these stars often have a choice to go anywhere in free agency, they're going to pick Texas, they're going to pick California, or they're going to pick Florida. Florida only has 2 teams. Texas has 3, California has 4. So that disparity, all of those things put together, and there's a multitude of other issues, is why the Western Conference continues to be better and will probably always be better.
Well, the majority of the people in America live on the East Coast. So with the majority of the people living on the East Coast, I mean, that's why ratings are what they are, especially when the Knicks are good, especially when the Bulls are good. You know, Eastern Conference teams, the better Eastern Conference teams, the Celtics, that's why ratings are what they are. One, because the majority of the people who live in America live on the East Coast. But with that being said, I mean, when you're talking about, you know, time differences, I mean, the cold weather, I mean, we play indoors, so I don't think that's an issue. So, I mean, as much as we,
a Toronto fan,
you don't want to live in, no, hold on. He know he lying. Who wants to live in Cleveland voluntarily?
Who wants to live in Cleveland?
Who wants to live in Cleveland voluntarily?
These guys
I've heard summertimes in Cleveland are amazing.
When Cleveland has not been able to retain talent outside of LeBron for years.
That's not true. They just re-upped Evan Mobley. They re-upped their whole
Evan
crew.
No. See, exactly. Penn, you see what he's doing? Do you see what he's doing?
What am I doing?
There's no other place to sign a super max for Evan Mobley unless he does it in Cleveland. That's why. I'm not done. Your cook session is in play. That's why when the CBA was put in place, the super maxes, stop shaking, Mars. When the super maxes were put in play, they only could get them in their original destination of the player the team they were drafted to. That's why people are in Utah. That's why people are in Cleveland. That's why people are in Orlando up till, like, I would say, like 2 years ago, up until 2 years ago. Orlando couldn't get nobody. Sure. The issue is like when you're in cities that are like cold or like out in the middle of nowhere or places that are not like these destination island places, then yeah, you're not going to get a lot of folks. Like this is, I think, always been a part of the narrative. Players don't want to live in certain cities because the nightlife and the quality of life isn't what it could be in other places, which is why people want to live in New York and LA and Dallas and San Antonio and Boston Houston. And Miami kind of get, I just think Cleveland is objectively just one of the worst cities to live in terms of like just living experience if you're an NBA star. Me, I like Cleveland. Cleveland's a nice city.
Milwaukee.
If you got 50 M's a year, right, you can only go to PKs but so much.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Then you're gonna know everybody in PK's name, and then you're gonna be seeing the regulars over there. You just can't go there every single day.
I do understand that logic, Swiper, but we have seen guys, to your point with the money, I mean, we have seen guys take less money and go play somewhere else for less bread, for less money. So the money logic doesn't really work with me because I'm 100% confident. I saw Kawhi Leonard leave $40 million on the table to go play in Los Angeles. Yes, he did.
He went home, Chill.
From Toronto. That's not even the same situation.
The reason why I'm bringing that up is because you talked about the money in the Supermax. Okay, I'm leaving money on the table to go play somewhere else. So that's not the reason
Toronto.
Why. That's not the reason why.
He never wanted to go to Toronto though.
Because some people are willing to sacrifice some money to go where they want. That doesn't mean money isn't the motivator of everyone else.
Right.
That's flawed logic. Kawhi being willing to leave money on the table to go where he wants doesn't mean that Evan Mobley isn't staying in Cleveland because of the money. That doesn't mean that because Evan Mobley and Kawhi are on the same.
Also, the way the CBA works, players on their rookie deal, they're not able to just leave. He's a restricted free agent. Evan Mobley wasn't an unrestricted free agent. The Cavs could have matched any offer. So that's different. That's a completely different situation. You'll see if Evan Mobley, an LA guy, by the way.
Yep.
Just a heads up. So
after
you'll see him joining up with Luka in 3-4 years. That is totally on the table.
Would it be the location? Now let me ask you a question, Penn. Would it be because it's Cleveland, or would it be a better situation? And it just so happens that it's, I don't know, Phoenix.
It's
LA.
Because what we can't
Cleveland.
Because what we can't do.
Hey, but
one of these things ain't like the
Cleveland.
other.
No, I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing the point.
Phoenix
I'm not arguing the point about the environment. I'm not arguing the point about the weather.
Denver,
Phoenix,
Seattle, any of those like
after 8 years. I mean, the weather is good. Like I think the weather is good in New Orleans, but Anthony Davis left New Orleans.
Well, first of all, New Orleans though is the best thing, unfortunately, that the league did for the Eastern Conference, because taking a team out of Seattle, which is a dope ass city that a lot of NBA players would actually want to play in, right? And putting it in New Orleans, which is not a place where people want to play. OKC is a similar situation. No offense to OKC. OKC and New Orleans are like the ugly stepchilds of the Western Conference. There aren't a lot of those in the East. There are a lot more of those types of teams in the Eastern Conference. Indiana is one of them. No offense. Milwaukee, Cleveland. These are just cities that most people don't want to play in.
And you got to build it through the draft. And I get that part. You definitely have to build it through the draft. But with doing that, I'm not going to lose. I mean, Anthony Edwards is still.
And the two top players in the draft this year went to where?
Dallas.
The Spurs.
Well, I mean,
the Spurs and the Mavs.
Two top three players. Shout out to Utah Jazz.
Oh, Ace Bailey. Nice.
He ain't staying there either.
Hey, bars, maybe four. Shout out to Portland Trailblazers.
That was the way the lottery balls fell. But back to your point, Penn, about the Eastern Conference, I just think that when you have a place like Cleveland, for example, where I know that I have to build it through the draft because more than likely I'm not going to be able to bag big time free agents, but I can bag free agents when I start winning, right? So when I start winning, I know how you feel about Lonzo Ball, Mars. So and they traded for him. Sure.
Came to play with LeBron. They had to trade. They got the first overall pick 3 times.
Right, and it was difficult to get. It was difficult, but again, we live in a different time now. And with us living in a different time and social media being what it is, mass media being what it is, it's a lot different. Even though it's still Cleveland, it's just a lot different and it looks a little different on the outside city? Playing for. Are you telling me Cleveland is the same city today that it was in 2012?
No, but it's not. It's not. It's chill.
Are you telling me that Cleveland is the same city that it was
you
today?
Travel. You have traveled rather frequently. You know, Cleveland is not one of the 15 best cities you've been to.
You're being very generous.
Yeah, and I'm just saying that's nothing about Cleveland people. Yeah. The demographics, the history of Cleveland, there's a lot of stuff that's changed about Cleveland. Chill right now. Tell me, money on the line. You rather live in Chicago or Cleveland? Chill. You doing this?
Come on now.
Hey, Swiper, we don't even got to do this.
Bro.
We talking the big chill town.
Chill town.
The biggest TikTok basketball influencer in the world.
Yeah, big Chill Town.
Chill Town is big baller brand. LeVar Ball should have signed him. If Chill Town wanted to, he could live in any city in America that he wanted to. He could live out in LA with Shaq. He could live up in New York. Hey, he is a Northern Eastern guy, right? Why are you living down close next to beautiful South Beach? Huh?
Because of the weather.
And the tax.
All right.
As big as a LeBron guy as you are,
so why
did you never live in Cleveland when LeBron was in Cleveland?
Trying to defend Cleveland. That's crazy.
I'm not trying to. What I'm trying to defend is I'm trying to defend the Eastern Conference. That's what I'm trying to defend. And the reason why I'm trying to defend the Eastern Conference, one, I'm an Eastern Conference dude.
She'll living in an ivory penthouse, talking about, hey, everybody wants to live everywhere else.
I'm an Eastern Conference dude. That's number one.
Number two, hush up, Chill. Penn is the type. This is the type of dude to be like, I'm living in an ivory tower penthouse, and he's like, hey, you should be happy living in your single house with no washer, no dryer. No bathroom. You should love living there. It's great. That's a great experience. Meanwhile, he on his 6th bathroom of the trip of the day. And they got gold faucets and a gold toilet.
Chill does not have 6 baths. You telling me?
That's not true at all.
I'm that guy? Or Chill is that guy?
Chill is that guy.
No,
Chill
is
just
me.
he's
not
true.
Acting like
Chill. When's the last time you've been to the beach, Chill?
I got one washroom, yo.
What? Yesterday?
One bathroom.
Yesterday I was there.
Chill, how many bathrooms you got? How many bathrooms you got, Joe? You got 6 bathrooms? Four. He's got one bathroom.
No, there's 4 in that place. There's 4 there.
What y'all fail to realize, y'all know Chill the Gigolo. Chill, you got about 6 bathrooms. It might be one in that house, but you got about 6 of them.
I am not a Rolling Stone. Let's get to the bottom of that. No, I'm not a Rolling Stone. No, I'm not.
I gotta grab the wheel though, because once again, this is the TCL, which means we are going to answer or talk about all the topics that you guys want to talk about. We got a couple super chats. We got Instagram topics that we got to talk about. We got YouTube topics that we got to talk about, and we got Twitter topics that we got to talk about. But before we do that, yo, Jude, what's going on?
Everyone hear me all right?
Yeah. You hot?
Yeah, I was just checking.
A lot better than the last time.
Yeah, I know that intro wasn't very. It was just an avatar picture for the first 20 minutes. So I've made an improvement already. So
yeah.
I got pulled into HR after last time I was here. I've learnt my lesson. And now I'm back.
As you should.
Good to have you back. You got anything you want to chime in about the Eastern Conference versus Western Conference?
With most things I was going to say before, I think it's just a matchup thing. Like, it's not East versus West to me. It's like when you've got a conference like the West, which was so big heavy, like especially, and then you see Boston go out, they try and get Porzingis just as a preparation for, I guess, either meeting the Nuggets or anyone like that in the finals. I think the West always has a star power advantage, maybe since 2000, I would say, but it's definitely, I would say it's just whoever meets each other, it's, I guess, more tightly contested in the West, but I think it's sort of, as I said, it's a matchup thing. It's whoever personnel versus whoever's personnel. It's not an East Coast, West Coast thing. That's what I think anyway.
Okay. All right, well, we go transition to the first super chat of the day from AK Jaguar. AK said, if every player currently on a team was suddenly back in their prime, would any team stand a chance against this Clippers team? Lakers, Thunders, Warriors, maybe Sixers?
No.
If everybody was in their prime, chill, who's beating this Clippers team? Harden, Kawhi, Bradley Beal.
If John Wall hadn't retired, and was still there as well, that would probably make it
everyone
even
in
bigger
their
gap.
prime. We're the old
Harden.
Is that Clipper team better than so James, Luka,
and who?
Marcus Smart.
Is that enough?
And DeAndre Ayton? No, I'm sorry.
No. So 2013 James and I don't know 2024 Luka.
Yeah, 27. Matter of fact, 2016 Kawhi, 2008 Chris Paul, 2021 Bradley Beal,
2018 Harden.
2018 Harden. No, 2018 Harden. First round, 2018 Harden, by the way. Utah Jazz series, 2018 Harden. And then from there, where we got Mars. Who else is on the roster? And then we get John Collins, Brooke Lopez on the bench.
All-star Brooke
Bogdanovich is on the bench.
Sounds like you got those guys
that team fries the Lakers. That team
international play. Bogdanovich
sounds like you got your guys a little bit too late. But I'm just thinking about it. So DeAndre Ayton in 21, he was awesome. I mean, LeBron James in 13 or 16.
He lost that year, by the way.
Whichever. Okay, yeah, they lost to Giannis.
No, they lost to the San Antonio Spurs, a team.
In 21?
No, I'm talking about 13. You said 13, 14 Braun, right?
No, I said 13 James. Yes.
Well, 13. They would have lost. They should have lost that game.
Oh, the 13 Braun.
Matter of fact, 13 Braun actually did lose that series for Ray Allen saved him. So
I mean, well, here's the thing, though, y'all. You do have 13 Braun with all his flaws and whatever.
I got prime Kawhi.
But he got Luka to cover for him.
A lot.
Or you got Braun to cover for Luka.
What year? What year? 2021.
Not defensively.
I got Luka Doncic on the island with James Harden. I like my
I got James Harden on the island with Luka.
No, you don't.
I can't guard both of them.
We got James Harden guarding Marcus Smart.
They got a bunch of defenders.
We don't have a lot of.
They got a litany of
defenders
league,
though.
We've seen what
James Harden guard. We got James Harden guarding Marcus Smart. We chilling.
Oh no!
Wait, how am I being nasty? LeBron barely beat that Spurs team.
We just don't have to switch.
Hey, stop that, Swiper. You hush that up because the last time I checked,
he did.
And even still, I don't ever remember.
Ray Allen won that game. What are you talking about? How is that like?
Never seen
David Stern.
I've never seen David Stern come up to the podium and say, "Congratulations, barely NBA champions." I'm tired of hearing that shit.
No, that's not what. That's no.
That's exactly what you're saying. They barely won. They won.
Prime Nick Batum, yeah. So
Nick Batum, yeah. No. The whole point is that LeBron at his apex was barely skating by a team that would be less than this Clippers team. Is my whole point.
I think people are really just underrating James Harden.
Barely skating by winning in the last game of a series. Well, I don't understand what the conflict there is.
Yeah, we sleep. We talking about that 13 Spurs team gonna be better than this Clippers team all in that prime.
You would agree the 16-17 Warriors were a hell of an offense, right?
Every day we got
17 Warriors, yes.
Blazers.
Yeah, they were awesome, right? They scored 1.13 points per possession. That was great. That was very, very much league ahead of league average. James Harden in isolation, 12-13, 1.17, 13-14, 1.19, 14-15, 1.17, 15-16, 1.14. Talking about one of the greatest isolation players of all time, surrounded by impressively amazing defenders all over the court. Kawhi, CP3, Chris Paul, wow. So that team is unstoppable, is what I'm saying. You would have built the greatest. You build the greatest defensive team of all time around one of the greatest offensive players of all time.
So did the Clippers get these guys too late? Is that what we're doing?
Yes, of course. They're geriatrics.
To get these guys in their prime.
Yeah, I mean that
money would have made sense.
Oh, I forgot about Chris Paul.
What?
Oh my god!
That's why we know the team's
I said
frying
2008
everyone.
Chris Paul. Yeah, it's over. It's
Like,
over.
this team is the team
Yo,
runs
so
through
what-
Working on
what
Dwight
was-
Howard, Chris Paul.
What would
Not
the
to
starting
mention we
lineup
got
be?
prime Ty Lue coaching versus prime JJ Redick coaching.
What would the starting lineup be? Chris Paul
James
Bradley
Harden.
Beal.
with Bradley
No,
start?
James
No,
Harden,
no, no,
James
no,
Harden.
Bradley Beal was
Bradley
in.
Beal coming off my bench because we got Nick Batum in the starting lineup.
So Chris Paul and James Harden in the backcourt, even though we already seen that. Okay.
Kawhi.
Yeah, we saw that team go to 7 against the Warriors.
And they almost won the championship that year.
Leonard
Besides the
at
injury.
Leonard at the 3. So
Batum
Collins
after 4.
Batum at the 3,
You
Kawhi
bring
at the 4.
Bradley Beal and
And then-
John
Whoa,
Collins
whoa,
off
whoa.
the bench?
I'm
Chris
with
Dunn,
Bogdanovic
prime
off
Chris
the bench.
Dunn?
With Chris Dunn off the
So
bench.
I
Well,
get
that's
2021
current.
March Chris
That's-
Dunn.
I'm telling you.
No way you know the month. No way you know the
He had a
month.
What about
triple
the Warriors?
double. He had a triple double that
What
month.
about that Warriors team? What about
Prime
with
Draymond.
Current Warriors?
Prime-
Steph, Jimmy,
prime-
Draymond with vibes.
Yes.
That'd be I'm not gonna put it like that. That'd
Not
be
That's
even
that
close.
Jimmy Draymond and vibes. That's
yeah,
the
but
team.
all right, it's for sure vibes, but
Yo, 21 Brooke Lopez on that roster.
them
on
three in their
the
prime.
Yeah.
Are we prime Klay Thompson, prime Kyrie, and prime Anthony Davis?
That would be tough.
I don't think we're
That'd be
sleeping on
tough.
that.
That'd be
But
tough.
wouldn't that? But to your point, Mars, wouldn't that be vibes too?
What?
Chris
Yeah, the
Paul,
rest of the
Chris
team.
Paul,
They actually have competent
injury
role players.
vibes. Injury
They have
vibes.
at his
they are
absolute
competent role
peak,
players.
Chris Paul was a top 5 player, easily. Easily,
Yes.
I could argue
Yeah.
higher. At
Harden
his
was.
absolute peak, Kawhi Leonard was a top 2 player in the NBA, top 3
Harden was
at
top three,
worst.
four.
At worst,
Well, at worst, 4.
Top
At
five,
worst,
top
4.
five,
At
top
worst,
five,
4.
top
At
five,
worst,
top
4.
five, top five, top five.
Who? Okay,
LeBron, Steph, and Durant. Yeah. At
Top
worst,
5, man.
4.
I'm with you.
sorry,
Top
in
5. Chris Paul was top 5.
16
Kawhi was top 5. James Harden
Which
was
one?
top 5.
Which one will
Yeah.
you be ahead of? I don't. Which one of those?
he'd be ahead of Steph.
Hey,
No, he wouldn't.
hey,
In 2016.
hold
Hold
on,
on,
swipe,
he top 5.
swipe,
He top 5.
swipe
he
and
top
pin.
5.
While Pin's thinking this through, who's all ahead of him? I just want you guys to think something through. Splash Sports, baby. We are making a major move. And this is a paid partnership with Splash Sports. We are putting our money where our mouth is. Aren't you guys tired of people running around the chat saying they know ball? Or people running around the chat talking about you don't know ball, you don't know ball, you don't know what you're talking about? People sitting in super chats talking about we don't know ball. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's time to prove it. Right here, right now, we are teamed up with Splash Sports to drop 2 of the most fire games known to man, and it's games of skill for the PC community specifically. We got a 50K Survivor game. 1 pick each week. You win, you survive in advance. You miss one, you're done. Sayonara, go home, pack your bags, you're out of there. Then we got a 15K weekly pick'em. You make your picks on every single game. And you compete against other fans, not against the house. You get to compete against bums like Big Ox. You get to compete against wizards like Mars. You get to compete against real ball knowers like Chill, statisticians like Penn, tricksters like Jordan, and glazers like Swiper to climb the leaderboard and potentially win 15K. Do you want in? Does this sound good? It sounds lovely, right? Well, click the link in the description that's pinned at the top of the chat, or just scan the QR code that's right here on the screen. Well, it'll be on the screen tomorrow, but we'll have a QR code, or you could click the link at the top of the chat and you can get involved. 18 plus, that's a reminder, or 21 plus in Massachusetts, Iowa, Arizona, Louisiana, 19 plus in Alabama and Virginia. Terms apply. It's a paid partnership, but what you need to do is come run it up with us. Player's Choice on Splash Sports. Turn those picks into real live cash. Prizes, baby. We'll see you there.
Statisticians,
Yeah.
Glazers.
Yeah.
statisticians, bro.
Ron, you're the biggest glazer on here. You know that,
Not
right?
called a statistician. It's a statistician.
It's close enough.
Ronnie,
it's not.
Ronnie, are you trying to alienate all your audience by just saying all that during this ad read?
How?
Because you got basketball, you got Glazers. Like you're gonna put a target on your back. before you
No,
know it.
that's the thing is they will find their niche, whether they want to be with the Glazers, whether they want to be with the fake ball knowers, whether they want to be with the scummers
wearers.
or whatever they're called. You know, you get to fit in and you get to follow with who you want to follow. So the thing about it is, like, when me and Swiper are going against each other on Splash Sports, you get a chance to either let's say in an imperfect world, Swiper chooses the Nuggets, but I'm the smart one and I choose the Thunder. You guys can either put your money with Swiper and back him, or you can put your money with me and back OKC and SGA. It's really as simple as that.
So, Drew, he uses a lot of subterfuge to make his arguments.
Can I get a synonym for subterfuge, please?
Smoke and mirrors.
You can literally put him up and just put the word deceit on his forehead. That's who he is. And I think the issue with Ron is that, like, he never wants to say things directly. It always has to be like through the back door somewhere. You know what I mean? Kachil, as your great verbiage that you use yesterday to describe certain people, he's one of those defenders that does what to what?
All right.
Oh, he like ass.
Yeah, that's his best trait. And so he never does anything directly. It's always during the ads. You know, when we're having a conversation about something important, he'll bring up some slight slander on the side. But you know, it's cool. You know, maybe one day he'll actually get in PCL or get in debate. Or
Ron is really more passive aggressive than he.
Yeah, he absolutely. That's what he does. That's who Ron is. Super passive aggressive. And one buddy is he's passively aggressively always on your. Why
do you pay attention to that dude?
You know what I mean?
Remember what we are, Swiper. We are on camera. We are the talent.
Yep.
He's in the stands.
Yep.
That's who he is. He's in the stands.
Glazing.
That's what he is. He's always been in the stands. He'll always be in the stands.
Gawking.
He'll never come out on the court ever.
Never.
That'll never happen. Ever. So I mean, like, there's no.
But
reason.
doesn't it make even. What kind of individual are you to be gawking from the stands like that? That's like
that makes it even worse.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That makes it
incredible.
Even worse.
I respect the people in the stands. I respect the people in the stands.
He's got his Chilltown foam finger on.
Well, anyway, with that being said, shout out to all the gawkers and just everybody else that's in the stands. Yeah. I do want to move on to the next topic. Once again, y'all send through your super chat so we can get to them. The next topic that we got is from D Barber 1313. D Barber said, first Luka, now Micah. Bro, WTF did Dallas fans do?
Well, they do have Paige Beckers and they do have Cooper Flags, so I think they'll be all right. But that's
swings and roundabouts.
Hey, you know what? They might get Arch Manning, but they might not. But they might get the best quarterback out of the draft next year, depending on how bad they are, and then move off of.
Drew Aller?
Huh?
Drew Aller?
No. But that's a good pick. No, there's a dude in South Carolina who a lot of people don't know who he is, but he's extremely talented, very fast. His name is Lenore Sellers, and that might be somebody that will be on the draft board that you can look out for next year. He's a really, really good player. He could win the Heisman next year, Penn. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see what they do. Now, speaking of from deep, Brother Drench.
What's the word? What's the word? What's the word?
Drenchy in the house.
Is that my boy Jude? What's the word, Jude?
Drenchy is in the house.
Today. What the hell going on?
I've got a wedding next week. I had to get a trim. It was getting.
You got a wedding next week?
Yeah.
Go's getting married.
My brother's getting married, not me.
Oh, okay.
I'm not.
Hey, that's fire. See, I thought you was more so looking like Luka today. You know, but
I've got a Dallas shirt on, to be fair, so I guess I'm Luka's pass.
Hey, it's kind of like Luka, kind of like, you know, I don't know. I see
300 million,
I can't even lie. I got my
300 million
on,
poorer, 10 inches shorter. Like, I think he's got the better run of that deal. Yeah. I would love to be able to borrow some of that 300 million, but I guess. I can't even get super chats nowadays, so it's not looking good.
Yeah,
I haven't even got a chat membership, and they're expecting me to do the things I do. So,
my boy Jude, I've been asking about you all week. But
it's not my fault. These meetings keep getting postponed. It's not my fault. These meetings keep getting postponed, so I can prove I'm actually in them. So that's nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
okay.
That's no crazy, Jude.
Hey man, WJD.
I'm gonna pray for you because I don't really know what else to do. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump into the next topic that we got. It's from Prince DJ, and it kind of is very similar to the title of the show. Prince DJ said, "I hope y'all see this. But my question is, if the Western and Eastern Conference Finals MVP had always existed, would a lot of narratives around players change, or would that award not matter nor change anything?
It depends on the value that people put on it. I think, like, especially when it's such a small game sample size, like a series is like ridiculously small sample size. So if that's going to change your opinion on a player, then fair enough. But for me, no.
Where is the super chat? I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
No, it was from Twitter.
Does it kind of discount the Finals MVP? Like, for instance,
what if you didn't win both?
Well, no, I'm saying does it discount it if you don't win both? So, for instance, we saw Shaq win 3 straight Finals MVPs, right?
Yep.
But would it have changed the narrative a little bit if Kobe had won 2 Western Conference Finals MVPs?
Yes.
I think it would have, because
Yeah.
then people would be like, oh, I guess it was a real dynamic duo, not Shaq carrying the load. So yeah, I think it could change some stuff.
I think that's why it's. Oh, go on, Joe.
If you think about if the Eastern Conference Finals MVP and the Western Conference Finals MVP existed years ago, how much differently we would be talking about guys than we talk about them today. So, for example, this Curry wins the Western Conference Finals MVP in 15. Is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah.
In 16, he wins the Western Conference Finals MVP.
Yes.
In 17,
he wins it again.
And now I think we're having a different conversation, even though KD did win the Finals MVP. But I think I think there's a different conversation that we're having about Curry, because adding that into it, I think that I feel like that makes Curry a bigger deal than what he already is.
Does that? Oh well, I was going to say, does that make the Finals MVP count less then if you're putting more weight on the other one?
No, it doesn't.
I think it matters when a guy from the biggest floor,
especially when a guy wins the Western Conference Finals, or especially when a guy wins the conference
and goes
finals
back to back
and wins the conference.
Yeah, and goes back to
back.
Like Jaylen Brown. Yeah.
So there's something I've never really understood with the accolade stuff, right? Because I mean, different accolades, they become overvalued because my guy won 2, so it's really valuable, and my guy didn't win 2, so it's not that valuable at all. Like if you a John Stockton fan, you might devalue rings, and if you're a Jordan fan, you really value Finals MVPs. So my question to you is, how many of each are worth the other? How many MVPs, how many Finals MVPs you got to win to override one MVP? How many All-Star games override a first team All-NBA selection? Like is there some sort of equation that equals the other? So for instance, like you got a guy like Derrick Rose. He got a first team All-NBA and he got an MVP. How many All-NBAs does someone who didn't win MVP have to do to trump that one?
So to answer your question, to start with the Finals MVPs, I've always felt like to do something more than once, I think that validates you. That's why I feel the way I do about the Detroit Pistons in the 80s. That's why I feel like I do about the Houston Rockets. So if you do it one time, like with Cedric Maxwell winning the Finals MVP, well, then Bird proceeds to win the Finals MVP, and he's on the team with Cedric Maxwell. And Bird proceeds to win the Finals MVP a couple more times. I mean, I feel like that validated Bird. And when we're talking about, I don't ever think that All-Star Game MVPs equate to being an All-Pro. I don't think that if you win 3 All-Star Game MVPs, I don't think that would ever equate to you being a first team.
Is 5 All-Stars better than 1 All-NBA?
No, I don't
like
think
if you were a 5-time All-Star, but the other guy was a 1-time All-Star who had a really short window where he was an All-NBA 3rd team. Siakam has an All-NBA 3rd team. DeMar DeRozan has,
the reason why I feel like that is, one, because the All-Star game, not the All-Star game itself, the actual game, I feel like the selection process gets a little bit flawed. I mean, I've seen guys not make the All-Star team, but make the All-Pro team, which tells me that with making the All-Pro.
Siakam.
Who Mars?
Al Jefferson did that in 2014.
If I'm not mistaken, DeAndre Jordan was first team All-Pro. He didn't make the All-Star team. First team All-Pro.
Didn't Trae Young do that? Didn't Trae Young do that?
Goran Dragic.
Maybe,
he didn't
I don't know.
Probably.
Did Trae Young make the All-Pro team and not All-Star?
I don't think he ever did that.
That would have had to been 23, and I don't think he didn't make.
Goran Dragic made the All-Pro team, made 3rd team All-Pro, and didn't make the All-Star team. So to your point, I don't think that being an All-Star in terms of winning the All-Star game MVP or winning it multiple times would equate to being an All-Pro, because I think that when you're an All-Pro, I think that solidifies where you are in terms of being in the league at that time. Like, we're having a different conversation about you. Like, we ain't talking about Brad Miller when Brad Miller makes the All-Star team, as opposed to when we're talking about a guy making the All-Pro team when he's a second-team All-Pro. Like, we're talking about him differently than a guy who made the All-Star team one time.
Hey,
I think it boils.
Chill. Is there ever been a person like who consecutively made first-team All-Pro that didn't win the MVP?
Luka.
Who just
Jason
made multiple?
Luka.
Yeah.
Luka.
Luka and Tatum.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, that's two right
right.
Five straight.
Damn.
Five straight. Five straight and 6 straight before.
Damn. You're
Five
right.
straight.
I forgot. We forget
Five
about
straight.
them guys.
Because there's a,
What
I
about-
think that speaks to there's a
Yeah,
tier.
for a long time, it was Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe. Yeah, Kobe was one.
Yes.
We know
For a
why.
long time
but-
it was, for a long time it was
No, we don't
Bryant.
know
Yeah,
why. We
because
don't know
Steve
why. We
Nash,
don't
one
know.
of them
There we
ones.
go.
That's why. But we ain't going.
But to be
For a
fair,
long time, it was
y'all,
Malone, too.
to be fair, Ron, if we were there and we were
Can't wait for
if
Monday.
Players' Choice was active and we were in our 30s and 20s and 40s and 50s for Chill and Penn, and then the 30s, and then obviously everybody in their 20s, and then Jew in their teens. I don't remember how old you are. I think
He's 17.
so. I don't remember how old he is. I'm sorry.
He's 17.
Chill, but
17.
I'm deceptive.
Mars is 18.
How am I deceptive? What am I doing that's deceptive?
Jude's a whole 38-year-old man. You talking about?
So what I'm saying is, if we were around in 2005, y'all, and we got to watch. Think about it. If we got a chance to watch every one of those Steve Nash games the year he got there after he won the 30 games the year before, and they were the number 1 seed the next year, and he was going crazy. Remember, I think I brought it up last time. I think Steve Nash shot over 50% on when he took over 16 shots a game.
15 points.
But he had some scoring runs there where he was going nuts though, and then he also had like
once a month.
No, it wasn't. We did this already. I don't want to read.
Right, but if you average 15, you ain't doing much.
No,
Yeah,
but
he going crazy, man. He going
You
No,
ain't
but
doing
listen,
much
but Jordan,
Them 6 shots a game.
I read it off. I read it off last
Flamethrower.
time to highlight what he did. He did have like. That's what I'm saying.
Steve Nash had a stretch. He went
Yeah.
15, he went 26, he went 33, he went 25, he went 20.
When he upped his scoring, he always
back to back.
Yes,
Jordan.
yes,
So,
that's going
Jordan,
in.
I do want to say he's obviously not Kobe
11,
now.
19.
He's obviously not Kobe now. But if we got a chance to watch every one of those games,
with a
and
couple
Ron is as high on Tyree. Ron, remember we're supposed to be clipping. You ain't supposed to be talking over people. Ron is supposed to be as high on Tyrese Halliburton as he is.
Sure.
You don't think if he watched Steve Nash in 04-05 that he would be feeling the same way?
I
He would
think
at least have
That's
more.
not no MVP.
Are you insinuating that I didn't watch Steve Nash?
Right.
No, not to this degree. I'm saying none of us did. None of us watched
Why
Steve
not?
Nash.
You didn't watch it because
No.
because
No, because
you were
of
doing
this
burpees
technology.
on the
That's all I'm
field.
saying, Jordan. That's all I'm saying. I'm just talking about Twitter and like NBA TV and all that.
okay.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about
you're
watching
on
the games.
TV a lot though, so I put.
No, he was, but like it's not the same though. It's just not the same watch experience.
I
That's all I'm
understand
saying.
that. I understand. We definitely didn't get a chance to watch every damn game that night like you can do tonight. I mean, like you can do, today, but they was definitely on TV a lot. Like the Suns was for sure on TV a lot.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna transition to the next topic though. The next topic is a YouTube topic from Dante CH6648. Dante said, "What's the gap between Steph Curry and Dame in terms of shooting ability in the playoffs? Much love from Nigeria."
A huge gap. After round one,
Yeah,
it's even in
second
round one.
was.
After round one, his monumental gap.
Why
The
would
gap is
we
Draymond.
even compare that though?
Because Dame is
Because some people think Dame is the second best shooter ever. That's why.
yeah.
Is that really a conversation?
Yeah, some people think Dame is the second.
Who is the
best shooter
second
I
best
think-
shooter ever?
I think it's Ray Allen.
Ray Allen?
Yes.
Ray Allen.
I
Why
think
wouldn't
it's
it be
Ray Allen.
Clay
ever. I think it's Kevin Durant. So
or
just-
Kevin Durant? Yeah,
Larry Bird?
Shit, then after that, it could be Kyrie Irving. Shit, I mean, you can say whatever.
I think it's Bird after that, to be honest with you.
I think
Yes.
it's Steve Nash.
I think it's Dražen Petrovic.
I think of Tony Snell one year.
trolling, but I actually have Steve Nash in like my top 5. So,
Which I don't hate that. But
But yeah, I
wasn't
think,
he-
I think, I think, I
Muhammad
think Kevin Durant.
Muhammad
I think Kevin
Abdul-
Durant's the second best shooter ever. So
He up there too.
I think that what happened with Curry and because this always bothered me that if Dame was on that Warriors team, they wouldn't skip a beat. Give me a break. Okay. I think that there's
said
times
that?
that
A lot
was
of people
definitely
said that.
that was
A lot.
definitely a conversation.
especially
I
the
was
bubble
luck-
when Dame
Yes.
was going crazy in the bubble and
Yes.
Steph was hurt. It was that
Yes.
was the.
Chill. I'm gonna let you finish your point, but I just want to say with that Warriors team, so much luck and like superstardom came from Steph Curry, like doing some like you down 13 and he go on a crazy run. You can't guarantee Dame can do that shit. Like a lot of that games, like they getting beat and then they hit a switch because Steph they made 5 threes in a row.
Them third quarters.
Them third quarter, like you can't put Dame and say we can duplicate that. Like You put Dame, they probably lose a lot of them damn games. Like they wouldn't be this dynasty for sure.
And Dame is a bucket getter. To your point, Drenchy.
Yeah.
Dame is a bucket getter. He gets busy, but
But
I
that
don't
ain't
think
that ain't the same thing.
he ain't
Chill.
impacting the game with that long ball like
that
what
shit
Curry
kind of
was doing.
magic. Chill. That shit is like magic. Like
Yeah.
you could be beating the
like
Warriors'
voodoo.
ass. Steph see one go in, he go on 18-0 run by his damn self. I can't see Dame doing that shit.
Which goes back to my original points. Which goes back to my original point, Penn. That
Dame did score.
I
70.
I
feel
think
like
Dame
we've-
got a better shot.
I feel like
Steph
we've
Curry
had
have a 50-point
times.
game in the playoffs.
Hang on. What were you saying,
50
Joe?
game 7 against the Kings.
Well,
Yeah,
Penn,
the
what I
Kings,
was saying, Penn, was I feel like we've had times where, like, this argument got settled. Okay, Ewing, Lajuan. Okay, we settled that.
Yeah.
David Robinson, Ewing,
Olajuwon.
David Robinson, and Lajuan. We settled that. James, Curry, that got settled. I feel like as good as a shooter and bucket getter, even in the playoffs, as Curry and as Dame are, I think that once you get to see each other in the playoffs, like we get to settle this. And in 2019, I think that argument got settled. Clearly, what ended up happening between those two guys.
Dame was hard, but I guess.
See, and that part, Mars, that part I have a difficult time with. And the reason why I have a difficult time with that is because he didn't seem hurt when they were up double digits going into the fourth quarter of every game.
They were just winning.
And they
He
were winning
seemed
off the
hurt
strength
the
of
whole time.
and a lot of that had to do with him, right?
Not really. He wasn't playing well.
He wasn't. And here's the difference, Mars. He was playing good. He wasn't playing as good as Curry. And I think him and Curry settled that argument between one, who the best shooter is, because durability does matter. And Steph Curry might not have been more durable than Dame Lillard, but he was at that point. And I feel like he outplayed him and he outshot Damian Lillard. And on top
You
of
see
that,
him do it in the All-Star game, right? Steph
got
outside
swept
that's an
on top
All-Star
of
game.
Joe, if you had
Yeah,
to
but they were
guess,
going band for bands in the All-Star game.
It was.
Joe,
Then
if you had-
Steph went up another band.
Yeah, and then he won Finals MVP. All-Star MVP.
yes, sir.
There you go.
Chill, if you had to guess the 3-point percentage difference on their careers between these two players, would you say it was like what do you think the percentage difference is? Like if one guy shoots 44%, what do you think the other guy shoots like?
If Curry shoots 44, I'm not looking at this. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the numbers are. If I have to guess, Curry shoots 44% at the long ball line. I'm guessing Dame shoots, let's say 41.
That's
you-
optimistic. Dame is definitely below 40% for his career.
So
He takes worse shots,
Dame is 37% on his career. Steph is 42. What's interesting though
5%.
is a lot of people focus on the long ball stuff because they both take a lot of threes.
Yep.
In the playoffs, it's actually a lot closer between these two because Dame barely falls off 37 in the playoffs. It's like a 0.2. But Steph falls off like 3% plus in the playoffs. So the gap between them becomes very narrow. The major gap between these two players, in my opinion, is Steph's 2-point efficiency. Like his ability to finish inside the arc is really underrated. And number two, I think it is just the ability to use your teammates and just have better teammates in general. He's just so much more efficient on 3 levels.
Now, Penn, would it also be because we haven't seen Dame, with the exception of 19, we haven't seen Dame have really deep playoff runs. So with Curry going deeper into the playoffs, he's seeing better defenses, and
Sure.
I think that would tap into why his percentage is going down, as opposed to Damian Lillard, who's losing in the first round or losing in the semifinals.
Right. But Dame has less help. He has less spacing. He has worse teammates. He didn't play
He has
with
the ball
KD.
more.
He's always been his team's first option on other than when he got to Milwaukee, which I think does not make up for like a bulk of those numbers. So yeah, I mean, I think there's probably a year or two where it's close between the two, but the context has always been in Steph's favor. I think the defense has always been in Steph's favor. And I think the overall ability to use your teammates and court mapping stuff has always been in Steph's favor.
Off the dribble.
I think the thing that
Well, fellas, we go jump to the next topic
Yeah.
from Alan L. It's a super chat. He said Kyrie is definitely a better shooter than Bird. Kyrie's the top 5 shooter of all time.
No,
How would
Just
you
Euro,
feel
just Euro, just Euro, just Euro.
He's really not.
No,
I'm not mad at that. Kyrie
I
can
don't
shoot
think
like a
that's. Yeah, I
motherfucker.
don't know why that's being just.
I think
scoffed at.
Larry is like.
I'm not
closer to
I'm
the
not
top
scoffing
two.
at it, Mars, but
I
again,
watched you roll your eyes, and I watched
I'm not scoffing.
Well, no, I think Larry's closer to number one than
I
he
don't
is
think
to
it's
Kyrie.
more. I don't think it's as much of a conversation as you would like to.
Sure. That's more fair.
Why isn't it?
Hold
Hold
on,
on. But why would Larry Bird be like definitively a better shooter than Kyrie?
Well, I
Yeah,
think
me and Jordan seeing eye to eye on
yeah,
this
sure,
one.
sure. I think like stationary movement. I think Larry is like, especially at the time that he was in. Now, I think Kyrie's an extremely gifted shooter too, but like I think in the time that he was in, Larry Bird was like one of one. I think especially if you modernize, like if you move towards where we are now and got an opportunity to play in this league, I think the conversation between him and like Durant all time would be just much different. I think Larry, from what he did, playoff, regular season, the way he did it with the ball, off the ball, I think Larry, like I said, for me, Jordan, is closer to like being like Kevin Durant, Steph area than he is anybody else. But that's because how high I am on Larry. That all goes back to what I said about him being the best player in the 80s as well. Like
I understand that too, but at the same time,
I just think
I don't want to
Kyrie
disrespect Kyrie though. You're
put
right.
a volume like Kyrie like because of sometimes he gets hurt, but he just doesn't put up, and he's small too, but he just doesn't put up the volume of 3-pointers like Steph or Dame and things like that. But when he shoot that joint from 3, that shit always look like it's going in.
No, he's cold. Yeah, he's definitely cold.
I feel the same. I feel the same way with Bird, only except it did go in a lot. And with Bird,
Kyrie's going a lot too.
Yeah, Kyrie's
fairly certain Kyrie has a better 3-point percentage than Bird.
It's 39% versus 37%, and Kyrie shoots at 3 times the volume. The difference here is that Bird's averages,
and he
career
shoots
averages,
more off the bounce.
Yes,
that's what. And I think that's what's moving you guys.
Bird's averages are dragged down by
and he's a 90% free throw
stuff.
shooter.
And so
and he doesn't miss from mid-range.
Dragged down for sure.
Neither does
Hasn't he got a season nearly 50, 40, 90?
What I'm saying is Bird got better
50, 40,
later.
Yeah, exactly.
And so
he
is
shot more.
And then Bird is done, and Bird has done it on as big a stage as Kyrie has done it. I mean, Bird has done it on as big a stage, and I think he's done it more consistent.
Kyrie got one of the most craziest shots of all time.
I'm fairly certain Bird's efficiency goes down in the playoffs,
and so does Kyrie Irving's.
Yeah, so I'm not listening to that argument as a shooter. Bird shoots 32% from 3 in the playoffs.
And what does Kyrie Irving shoot?
39.
And again, we're talking about being more. We're talking about more volume in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think
and remember what we're talking about in terms of the offense. Now, again, we weren't tracking mid-range shots back then. Not only were we not tracking mid-range shots,
but we know Bird's field goal percentages, and we know he shot a lot of mid-range jumpers. We can deduce.
You know what's crazy is that Kyrie actually shoots better from 2 in the playoffs than Larry Bird too.
I'm trying to talk. I don't understand how this is a crazy statement.
Like Kyrie barely misses.
Kyrie's one of them ones to shoot. Like I don't.
No, he's a great shooter, but I think
he is too. But I think I just feel like Bird has done it on the high stage.
So I think we're having the conversation accurately. Yes. I think that if you value what Kyrie does, I think especially off the dribble, the shot creation stuff, I think there's a great argument for it. But I would also say, just like especially again, that's why I had to contextualize it in the time, Jordan, because it's going to look different, obviously, much different. Like if you just want to do like, per era, I think Larry Bird legitimately was the best shooter that touched the 80s. I think especially the difficulty of the shots that he had, the kind of offense he was in. I think because of the shot quality stuff, if that makes sense. Like,
I'm not arguing.
There is a gap.
And I think
that was the only other example. That was the only one who was like
right. So I think the other side of that, Jordan, is like I fully understand the Kyrie argument. I think Kyrie has the 50-40-90 stuff with the Nets was incredible. The 50-40-90 stuff last year that he had prior to injury was incredible. So like I don't want to slander Kyrie at all. More so.
No, we ain't gonna do no Kyrie Irving slander. That's my own.
Well, we do up here all the time. More what I'm saying is like when we're talking about Larry relative to the league he was in, there was a reason why he was the most untouchable offensive player at that time. And a lot of it just had to do with the fact that he literally could pull up. Again, Jordan, that's what I'm saying relative to that era from anywhere. And you just didn't know how to cover him. And that's why Magic spoke about him the way they did. Even the 76ers, like with Dr. J, everybody knows how I feel about Dr. J. How Dr. J and them spoke about Larry, besides the fact that they with box and stuff in the games. Yeah. Everybody had respect for Larry for what he did. And this is from 79 through the end of the 80s.
I agree with you on that point. Larry was for sure one of one when it came to shot, when it came to shooting, his shot difficulty, off the bounce, the angles that he shot it at. Kyrie is one of one too. I think he gets overlooked a little bit more than guys like Donovan Mitchell or Dame or Steph, just because the way Kyrie gets it. Like a lot of his is all unassisted. It's very difficult shots. People focus on his crafty finishing more than they focus on how good of a shooter he is. Like when he won the 3-point contest, I remember when he first got in it, like me and my homeboys bet who gonna win. I'm like Kyrie easily gonna win.
What year did Kyrie win the 3-point contest?
2015 or
it was
14?
a young Kyrie.
One of them ones like that.
It was pre-LeBron, I think.
Yeah,
I think I'm done with it,
would win
y'all.
it. He probably would win it now too, though.
Well, Ron, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say
like-
that now.
Like Kyrie just got some. Like it's just.
Marco
I don't know. I
Bellinelli
think
won
it's
it the year
just
before,
overshadowed by Kyrie's finishing ability. But shooting that ball, that kill. It's not very many guys in the league who shoot that motherfucker, and I'm just like, damn, that shit going in. Like that effect is real, and that's I don't know. I guess I don't know.
Well, for instance, Jordan, like this will go back to the volume thing. Because I think the best shooters in the league are Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving,
Damian Lillard,
obviously. But I mean, Michael Porter Jr. also, like,
absolutely.
since the start of his career, has been like, what's another? What's another, like, Klay Thompson, obviously.
Trae Young can shoot it too.
Cam Johnson's pretty.
Yeah, Cam
pretty
Johnson is another one of them, obviously.
Anthony Edwards now.
Anthony Edwards now. Yeah, absolutely. Trae Young just does like a lot of that's just the decision making going into the shot that it really affects him more than anything else. But like I'm saying, like I think if Larry was here now, though, John, I'll not end it here. Bro, I legitimately remember how we felt about Dirk. Bro,
Yeah.
Like I think, but then there's Dirk, but I think we would feel even.
Dirk shoot better than Larry Bird too.
Well, I think Dirk is also underrated historically. He's another one in the best shooters of all time.
I don't know who shoot better out of both of them. That's a good conversation, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot weighs on style of play too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to like just say like a guy is a good shooter and really know how good of a shooter he is if he just shoots dumbass shots. But then the thing about it is a guy, and that is a shot specifically at Trae Young. Because I think Trae Young's a better shooter than he lets off to be.
Oh, for sure.
But then you got a guy like Kyrie who shoots crazy shots too. Like Kyrie, now let's keep it above.
Kyrie
shoots dumbass shots.
He
makes them though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
from
he makes
fade, from the post.
Is he a more difficult shot maker than Steph? We would say.
Yes.
No, I think Steph's shots are so difficult that we've become numb to how difficult they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like he's entered a different stratosphere of difficult shot making.
I will say Kyrie's shot making is a little bit
him.
more diverse than
That's the difference.
Well, for him, they might be easy.
more
But for the
diverse.
rest of the world, like that's the thing. Steph's kind of transcended difficult shot making.
Yeah, but you can't measure Steph's shot difficulty in terms of like if Andrew Bynum was taking those shots, it'd be hard. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's got to be for him. That's how shot quality is measured. It's like, is that a good shot for you?
Same for Kyrie though. Kyrie can do those fades and shit out of the post, spinning jumpers in the mid range, falling down, side step back. Steph clears them on the threes. Kyrie clears them on the middies.
Yeah,
clears them in the post too. Like
The shot diversity, yeah. Kyrie got it in terms of
I feel like Bird was doing that too, and I think Bird was doing it against defenses, bigger guys. Number one, 2 double teams, 3 on the block, like you said, on the block at the long ball line.
Dirk was crazy, y'all. Yeah.
I'm not going to argue that Dirk Nowitzki had one of the most unstoppable shots, but I feel like Bird, what he did in terms of shooting the basketball off the dribble with the defense in his face like they were, I mean, that's pretty incredible, especially doing it deep in the playoffs, especially doing it late in games.
That's how Kyrie played.
I wouldn't say off the dribble.
Bird off the dribble.
Yes, Bird off the dribble. Bird wasn't just a catch and shoot guy.
Yeah, I think
sitting here like Bird was just a catch and shoot guy.
Compared to the guys we're comparing.
And that's where we're getting confused. I'm not saying that him and KD are comparable off the dribble.
Come on, y'all.
I'm not saying him and Kyrie Irving are comparable off the dribble. But
that's the conversation we're having right now.
Not. We said relative to the era, the volume and stuff, not the same.
Yeah, but I'm not being disingenuous saying that if we're talking about Larry Bird off the dribble and we're having the conversation in comparison to Kyrie Irving, that's not a talking point.
But at the time, though, Bird wasn't off the dribble.
Even relative to the time, it was a lot of catch and shoots Bird was shooting.
But Bird still was doing it though. Like he still could do it. I mean, we even had playoff games where he did it.
It's still not comparable. Even if you
it's
give
not
Bird
about being comparable. It's a positive.
Even if you give him maximal relative to error shooting.
No, because I don't because no one's putting him in.
I'm not saying that he's like Kyrie.
That's the point. No one's putting him in Kyrie. I started this. No one is even putting him in the Kyrie Steph Curry thing. But I think Bird, to Chill's point, was still a positive off the dribble shooter in the 1980s. But yeah, compared to any of these players today, it's worse by far.
First of all, Kevin Durant. There wasn't a lot with Kevin Durant. It was right to left, 2 dribbles pull up. It was left to right, 2 dribbles pull up. And KD, it looked way different. One, off the strength that KD was really good as an athlete, and KD had a really good sense in getting to spots and raising up over guys. Larry Bird wasn't as athletic as KD, so it looked a little bit different. Meanwhile, Larry Bird, he wasn't just a catch and shoot guy where Dennis Johnson was just kicking him the ball and he was catching and shooting it. No, he was getting put in one-on-one situations. He was one dribble step back and he was shooting the ball over Dominique Wilkins, right? He was shooting the ball over Ricky Pierce. He was shooting the ball over like good defenders at that time. Mars, what I'm not arguing is I'm not arguing Kyrie Irving was nicer with the peel. I mean, Bird was as nice with the peel as Kyrie Irving. I'm not arguing that. What I am saying though is Bird wasn't just that kind of shooter, and relative to era, with him shooting the basketball off the dribble, he was amazing. 100% amazing.
All right, fellas. I'm running a poll right now. Well, I ran 2 polls. First off, I ran a poll: who's the second best shooter of all time? I put Klay Thompson in there. I put KD. I put Klay. I wasn't able to put Dame in there because I had to put Steve Nash in there, and he only got 3% of the votes. Damn,
That was me on a bunch of burners. Yep.
Shout out Morris and Steve Nash. But fellas, we go move on to the next topic. Salute to everybody that is chimed in. Salute to everybody that's liked the video. Salute to everybody that is sent through topics that they want us to talk about. DSG Piccolo has skipped the line with the $20 super chat. He said, only chance we had to beat the Warriors in 2019 was if we were fully healthy versus them. Without KD, we trotting out one-arm Ramadan Enes starting at center and no Nurkic. Nuggets series don't go 7 either. Unfortunate luck.
Yeah, they were banged up. Like,
You
crazy.
sure that say only?
It does.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just,
Only. Or the only.
The only.
It's only.
Yeah,
Maybe the
it's
only.
just a mistype.
Mhm.
it's only with a straight E, I think.
Shout out that straight T.
And now, like to your point, Mars, when you talked about Dame didn't play well that series, which I mean, I don't think he was awful. I just think that Curry and Klay Thompson, just that backcourt tandem, I just think that they were just so much better than
I
both.
think you forgot how awful he was.
No, I don't think he was 27. I don't think he was 2019 Oklahoma City Dame. No, he wasn't that good. I just think that Curry just completely outplayed him.
If I tell you someone averages 22 points on 37% from the field,
Dame wasn't
the
good.
guy played terribly.
Dame never.
And I'm not even mad at and Steph went crazy. Like Steph went crazy regardless. Dame was playing with separated ribs.
Mars, what did he average again?
22
points, 8 assists, 8.5 assists.
Read what he
Yeah,
read. Read what he did the series before too, so people understand how bad he was.
25 points, shooting 41% from the field. And
Yeah, bro.
29%
Dame,
from
bro.
Hold on, no.
against Oklahoma City?
22 points on 30-something% from the field?
37%.
Yeah, you call him back to
Reminds me of
07.
something, right,
Yeah.
Jordan? How many
07
rebounds did he
LeBron.
get, Morris?
5 rebounds. 5 rebounds.
Washed.
Did he
But he
quit?
averaged
He
8.5
quit.
assists, so he did the other things. He was passing, he was playing.
This is
But
Should have just
like,
quit.
the guy was playing with separated ribs. Like, I'm not blaming Dame for playing poorly, but that series, I think using that series is like, oh, that's the proof Steph was better. I mean, I think
When did the
proof
ribs
is
get separated, Mars? Were they
Hold on.
separated against Oklahoma City?
Game
You know what?
1 or game 2, he
This-
separated his ribs.
this
So he got
conflict-
hurt in that series,
In-
particularly.
That's where it got major. I don't know what he was dealing with before that. I'd have to ask Piccolo, but he definitely separated his ribs in game 1 or game 2 of that series, and he was bad. It was bad. But he's also Steph's going up against the Portland defense, and Dame's going up against the Warriors defense. So like, even that's not comparable. Like, one's having to go, oh, I got Klay Thompson POA, then I got the greatest defender of a generation playing behind it, and then guess what Dame's dealing with? Oh, Steph Curry. Oh, endless freedom drop coverage. Like, they're not seeing the same thing at all. Now Steph clears Dame. I just think using that series, I think as like, oh, that's the proof. I feel like that does Dame a bit of a disservice.
The-
all of this
we've
talk
seen
about
enough.
Bird, all this talk about Dame, all this talk about Steph is making me appreciate Kyrie. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just be honest. The idea that this dude can do all the stuff that he does at the volume that he does it, with the skill level and artistry with which he does it, the difficulty with which he does it, and his playoff numbers actually don't drop off is truly something insane. And
What's playoff
speaks to a
numbers?
point.
Yeah.
Kyrie.
Yeah, I
His,
mean,
his
they
efficiency
have,
is insane in the playoffs.
Yeah, overall over his career. Yeah.
Well, what else am I talking about, Swiper?
Well, I think there's like been drop-off series in the shooting for sure.
In
Like we had
runs.
it in
Oh
last
yeah,
year.
just like
Yeah.
Larry.
You're talking about like a series.
Larry,
there and
Larry
series
for sure.
there?
Yeah, Larry for sure.
Yeah,
Okay,
just-
but I'm
just
saying
like
like
LeBron.
if you're talking
Mhm.
about like 4 or
For sure.
5% drops in efficiency, that's
It's gotta be out of my
logical.
top
It
5
makes
now.
sense, right? Like to the
Mm.
point where Mars was making, like when you're seeing a different coverage, obviously you go up against teams in the playoffs. The further you go in the playoffs, the ideally or in theory, the better defenses you're facing, the more they have chance to game plan against you. I think that part is underrated as well. When you see a team 7 straight times, your weaknesses get exploited. The deeper you go into a series, your efficiency does start to dip because you really don't have any counters to what they're taking away. So the idea that Kyrie is such a good tough shot maker, and the fact that he has an endless bag of counters, which means to me, he's unstoppable. He's really unstoppable. I think he deserves some love as a top 5 shooter of all time, though.
Yo,
I agree
Jude.
with. I was going to say that I was my off skis.
Yeah, you can get your last take off before you get packed
Yeah,
up. Yeah,
yeah.
No, I was going to say I agree with Penn that Kyrie's overrated. No, not overrated, underrated. Where am I going? Overall, but I was going to say that I think the thing that blows the Steph, Dame, and people around him conversation open is just the off-ball movement. It's not on the same level. So, like, when you've got that off-ball ability and gravity, then it doesn't matter who can shoot better from 30 feet if he can get himself open as easy as does. And obviously that's a personnel thing as well with the screeners and stuff like that. But when you've got that off-ball ability, then it's sort of that's an extra factor on top of your shooting ability, I guess.
I think also like Kyrie's rim pressure creates a lot of the spacing that Steph's off-ball movement creates. Like they're doing it in totally different ways, and there's a totally different artistry and a style to what they're doing, but they're both incredibly valuable. And we cannot deny that being able to take in a double team and split the double team the way that Kyrie is able to do, manipulate defenses with your dribble, with your handle, all that stuff is very, very valuable. And especially when you actually can score on all 3 levels with the floater, with the push shot, with the the layup package that he has. It's truly like he's a combination of so many different players, but I think of like guys like Tony Parker. I think about like the dominant paint scoring of an undersized guard. Like Kyrie's taking that to another level. So I just think he deserves a little bit more love in these conversations, and I often see him left out for whatever reason. I wonder if a lot of that has to do with how people feel about him off the court.
I think people take for granted as well that he can go both ways, both hands as well. That's something that as a defender you don't know what to do because he can efficiently score on both hands.
I will say this though. This is the first time on the panel we ever had 3 white guys up here.
We got 2, Jordan. Count again.
Do I count as 2 now?
Mars, can you say the unsung word?
Can't hear you, Mars.
What is the unsung word?
Yeah, it is. Now you hot.
Yeah, I've never heard it.
Oh.
With the soft A at the end?
Because he never heard you say it.
First of all, Mars is Jamaican. So let's kill that right now.
What?
Is that place in Germany?
Mars is Jamaican.
Mars is Bohemian.
News to me.
Mars is Bohemian. Let's get that straight.
Hey,
there's a place just out Germany. It's called Jamaica, and that's sort of where he's been based this whole time.
A place in New York called Jamaica too.
Hey, we finally got 3 of them coming up here, man. So it's been
Mr. Worldwide, I guess.
Panel diversity, brothers. Panel diversity.
That's the only reason, Jordan. I told you this. That was the only reason I was hired. It was not my ability. It was just inclusivity. That's all it was. I'm a diversity hire, and
it's all right. It's all right, Jude. I'm rocking with you, St. Jude. It's all cool.
At this moment in
They've
time,
outlawed DEI.
So I guess we have to say damn DEI and damn diversity because Jude, unfortunately, we're gonna have to say bye to you. But
I guess anti-white privilege, I guess, is what.
No, we checked our hour of DEI. Now we good to go.
Hey, Ron, before he go, I need him to say one thing.
Go on. Say what?
The unsung word.
No, I would. I don't even. That's not.
No, that's not what he said. Say it one more time, Jordan.
Say it like this. Ghost.
What? Ghost. Do? What? So you want me to do a Call of Duty voice? Is basically
No. Tommy Egan voice.
Tango 8 going dark.
Go ahead. Come on, waiting on it.
Oh well, I
all right, hold on.
I know these
just making.
Mars, I need you to.
He's just making noises.
They gonna let you disrespect Pac, nigga? Say it.
Oh yeah. Well,
yo, Jude, we gonna catch you later. Good luck in those HR meetings. Once again, I'm praying for you.
Good to see you, Jude.
Jordan's like that uncle at the wedding that thinks he's educating you and he's just telling you disgusting things that you should.
Gotta get
He's
Jordan
like-
Mike. Hey, Jordan Mike.
I didn't know I was a dummy, guy.
Get Jordan Mike.
All right, Jude. We'll catch you next week.
No, I'll see you on the flip
All
side,
right,
everyone.
dude, I'm rocking with
All
you,
right,
bro.
See you, man.
Cheers, brother.
Damn, I'm really praying for Jude in them HR meetings because word on the streets is that's why Big Ox hasn't been here 4 days this week. And one day he showed up, he was an hour and a half late. So, Jude, hopefully you make it out alive.
Ox hasn't been here.
Yeah,
He was
where's
here
Ox
yesterday.
been? He was here
Yeah,
yesterday. He came.
I could have
Remember,
sworn Ox been here the whole time.
remember he
Not today,
came.
but-
Oh, damn. Remember he came late?
Yes.
Oh, that doesn't count. That's fine. I thought you meant he wasn't here.
One day
We'll talk
out of the
today
whole
and
week.
He's allowed to be here.
One day out of the whole week for Ox, and he only shows up for an hour and a half. Think about it.
You
Maybe it's
saying that's
conspiracy,
because
I
of what
don't
happened
know.
on Friday?
I don't know. I don't know why Ox
Damn.
isn't here.
Oh, I remember what happened
Hey,
on Friday. Oh,
Hey,
good time.
hey, chat, hashtag pray for Ox. But in the meantime,
got
y'all,
packed up?
Well, very quickly,
Hashtag L
Ron.
Asian hate.
I just wanted to I don't-
address the
I
poll
think
that I just
Kyrie's
read.
I think Kyrie's a better shooter than Bird. I think that's actually quite easy. And I also don't think Larry Bird's a better shooter than Dirk. I don't know if y'all
I said the same
already
thing.
said Dirk.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, you
you're-
said Dirk.
yeah,
Okay,
you're-
cool.
yeah, you're behind.
I don't
me.
know. I don't know if Bird's in top 5 combos anymore as far as that category.
I mean, he can be in the conversation. He just wouldn't be.
Yeah,
my
in
top
the
five, but he can be
in the
conversation.
convo, but he
At
used to
this
be like a
point, real
solidified
talk is a
top
Larry
5
Bird
shooter.
hater.
Oh, by the way, so real talk saying something important. Giannis and you can talk about Eurobasket. Giannis and Luka look good. Serbia
You
looks
see
really good.
Şengün?
Shingun looks
Shingun
really
look
good.
good.
Here's the thing,
You
guys.
see
If,
Sandro
Really?
they wanna-
Balotelli- Really?
if they want us to talk about Eurobasket, then you better send through a super chat, or we're not going to talk about it. Because the thing
Oh,
about it is, y'all, we got to talk about the topics that people send
True.
through. And actually, at this moment in time,
LeBron tweet.
we're going to talk about the top 5
LeBron
comments of the week. Once again, this is something that you guys sent through. So let's address what the people had to say about what we did all last week. Let's get into it, fellas. The first comment that we got is from Rowdy 402, episode 627. Rowdy said 1 LeBron, 2 Jordan, 3 Shaq, 4 Steph, 5 Kobe, 6 Duncan, 7 Kareem, 8 Hakeem, 9 Russell, 10 Wilt. How are we feeling about this top 10 list?
L.
Like their list. I mean, that's their list.
I can't judge lists without hearing criteria. Like, there's no way for me to. I know I disagree.
Based on
But-
this list, what is the criteria, Mars? Can we try to infer?
There's no way you got Shaq above. Steph above Kobe in any way. There's
Why?
no possible way you got that.
I don't
There's
know what
plenty
I
of
don't know what the
reasons why people do.
criteria could be. I
Nah,
don't
that
know.
ain't no
I'm
good
assuming
This
This
is
is
always
part of
funny
it.
to me when
When
they
Steph,
have,
when we
they have
get about
Russell and Wilt
7 or
9,
8 years
10.
away from Steph Curry's career, I mean, people are going to move him up because of what he did. I mean, it's just like he's going to be talked about in ways that we talk about Wilt as a shooter. So I mean, I won't be surprised people have him top 5 and 4 and all that kind of stuff.
Top
I would
five
be
is
very
hard to break,
surprised.
man.
But Duncan's an interesting one for me because even when we were young watching Duncan, like I don't know a lot of people that just like outright
Bro,
just love watching. Tim
No
Duncan.
Magic Johnson on this list. How can you take this seriously? Why is this a
no
comment?
Bird either.
This is
No
Hey
Bird,
man, I
no
take
Magic.
my list serious, and Magic Johnson ain't on that bitch either. So shit.
Damn.
Damn.
All right,
Hey,
y'all.
man, this is a
You,
great
but you a
list.
Magic
Great
hater.
list.
I'm not a Magic hater. I just like my 10
I
guys.
have specifically heard you say at one point that he would like. I don't know if you were joking or if you were being sarcastic that he could barely not even play in this era because he can't shoot. Were you
Which is
joking?
not true.
Hold on.
I'm
Who's the
assuming
Magic
you're
hater?
joking.
I don't recall saying that, but if I
I
did
don't
say
hate
that, I
Magic.
probably. Yeah, I
I tell
don't.
the
I
truth about
genuinely
Magic.
don't recall saying that, but I would. My cop out can be I was trolling. There we go.
That's-
Because I remember arguing. PC
You might have
weekend. Chill was there. I remember.
I
he was having a
usually
long
can't
debate
tell.
off camera about what Magic Johnson would do in this era, and I was strongly on the side that Magic Johnson would be really good in this era. It was in Seattle, so a long time ago. But I was very
Okay,
passionately arguing that
peak
Magic
Magic
would be good in
Johnson.
this
Is he a top 5 player in today's era? Today's
Yes.
NBA?
Yes.
Let me put you on the
era. I
spot.
don't know. Maybe.
Who's
I
he
don't
over?
know, maybe.
That
not.
sounds
He's
like
better
very
than Luka.
tepid. That sounds like very tepid passion.
Why?
for the
Why,
greatness
Chill?
of
I
Magic.
doubt
Why?
it.
Whoa,
I
whoa,
doubt
whoa,
it.
whoa, whoa,
I
whoa,
doubt
whoa,
it.
whoa,
I
whoa,
don't know,
whoa,
maybe.
Not a
Chill.
top 5 player in today's
Why
era.
is
Wow.
why is he better than Luka? Go.
I played 40
It's
years
the
ago.
game.
Like, what you want me to do about it?
Why is he better?
I think he do everything that Luka
Like a
does.
90.
Everything
Damn.
everything that Luka does, he does it. Except better.
Whoa,
He scores better than.
well,
Wait, what?
definitely not
He
true.
scores better
In this
than Luka?
game, in today's game,
He
yeah.
scores better than Luka.
In
So
today's game,
no, because Showtime Hoops
I
has
think
said
that Luka
out of
is
his
the
mouth
best scorer
that
in the
Luka is
game.
the best scorer in the
Yes,
NBA.
but
So
in today's-
Magic
in
Johnson
today's
today
game-
is
in
the
today's-
best scorer in the league.
In today's game, I think Magic Johnson is right.
He'd be better post score.
No.
I agree.
No. Magic Johnson in today's game is the best scorer in the NBA.
I
Yes.
think we're having a conversation about him being the best scorer in the NBA. Yes.
Hell no.
Yes, we
I
are.
agree with you, Chill.
100%.
Spitting right now.
Hey, Chill, my
Why
only thing
I
would
have
be-
to come on here and tell the
100%.
truth about Magic Johnson.
Chill.
This is
My
why.
only thing would be, how would he score that though?
This
Like
is why.
where would he
Thank
get? Where would he get that? Where would he
Post
get that?
work.
Not just
Okay,
post,
okay,
not
okay,
just
okay,
not
okay.
just
We
post
gonna
work.
need
Whoa,
one.
whoa,
At
whoa,
some
whoa,
point,
whoa,
we
whoa,
gotta be
whoa.
serious about these
Because
guys.
real
man.
talk,
At some point, we gotta be
real talk wants to get me in the ring. So hold on.
Man, you got OJ
Let's
gloves
go.
on?
Okay, so real talk wants to get me in the ring, no problem. So in today's game, once again, with the game being more wide open, we have to stop with the nonsense of Magic Johnson couldn't shoot. He couldn't shoot the ball like Steph Curry. No, he can't. He can't shoot the ball like Klay Thompson. No, he can't. He couldn't shoot the ball like John Stockton. But you know what he could do? He's a respectable shooter. He's a respectable mid-range shooter. He's a respectable long ball shooter. And in terms of getting downhill, the way we mismatch hunt today, and I'm getting guys like Brook Lopez on me, I'm getting guys like Zubac on me on the wing. I'm going after these guys. And I'm going after these guys on the regular. And these are the better defenders in the league. Whoa. Not done. And we're talking about these are the better these are the better defenders in the league. That's not including the Mark Williams of the world, right? That's not including the big fella that plays in New York, who's the rebounding machine, or Cat. That's not including those guys, right? When I get those mismatches, how I'm attacking these guys and how wide open the floor is. So Magic Johnson at his best was 24 a game with the lane being clogged at his best, playing in transition. If he's playing in transition today, that 24 could easily go to 27 to 29. No problem.
He did.
Be a man and say 30.
Wait.
You know what, Jordan?
He's playing. Is he?
Do it. No. Let him do it. Do it. Chill. Do it.
You know what? Chill?
What would that say? 30. Be a man and say that.
Well,
that
would not make me a man to say that Magic is averaging 30. But
no. We'll say 35 then.
I think we're looking at something. I think we're looking at something with Magic 27, between 27 and 30. We're looking at something like that.
Jordan, you really are that uncle.
Wait.
Oh, 31.
Wait. Stop. Okay, so you alluded to the hypothetical of Magic getting Zubac and these other bigs switched out on him so he can break them down off the dribble. With what dribble combination? Jail. Number one. Number two, you can even if I agree that yes, Magic Johnson would be effective in mismatch hunting. Not bigger players, but smaller players. Mm-hmm. That's who he would mismatch hunt. Good in the post, very good finisher in transition. I do think he had a spot three. I think he could hit a spot catch and shoot three today. Absolutely. That's not the point. Isn't that I don't think he can be an effective scorer. You said he would be just as good, if not better, than Luka Doncic, who's one of the best scorers we've seen in league history.
Sure.
That is the trajectory that he's on right now. Yeah. This is one of the best volume scorers we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And yet Magic is more efficient.
And playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Way more efficient.
You, again, have stated multiple times in a league with Kevin Durant, in a league with Joel Embiid, in a league with Nikola Jokic, in a league with Giannis Antetokounmpo, that you believe
don't leave Curry out neither.
And Steph Curry and LeBron James, you believe that Luka Doncic is the best scorer in the league.
100%
right now.
Yes, sir. I do believe that.
So you're telling me that Magic post up from free throw line to free throw line Johnson would be a better scorer than Luka Doncic. You're telling me he'd be a better scorer than Luka, Giannis, and Embiid. That's what you're saying. I just want to make sure that's.
I just want to make sure that we're clear. Okay. I think that I 100% think we're having that conversation because I think that not only the volume, I think that the amount of shots that he takes, I think that where he's shooting the basketball from, how he's getting the basketball, I think it's way different today than what it was back then. Those spot up shots that you're talking about, he had the ball in his hands, right? So it wasn't like he was coming off screens shooting the long ball. No, he had the ball in his hands at more times than not when he was shooting that spot up three that you were talking about. He had the ball in his hands when he was shooting that mid-range jump shot that you were talking about. He had the ball in his hands when he was going downhill. He wasn't cutting to the basket. No, that's what was going on. So to answer your question, if you're talking about in today's game, which again, I can't reiterate this point enough about being so much more wide open and mismatch hunting, because I love Magic Johnson on bigger guys. As athletic as the league is today, I love Magic Johnson mismatch hunting on bigger guys, getting downhill against bigger guys, because Magic Johnson would finish at the rim, dunking the basketball. Magic Johnson would finish at the rim with the best of these guys today. Is he Giannis Antetokounmpo at the rim? No, he's not. But I can tell you one thing, he definitely could finish at the rim with both hands. 100% he could do that. And I'm not, and what I'm not doing is I'm not saying that he would just be a bucket getter. I'm talking about his ability to pass the basketball. So Magic Johnson, being a distributor he is in today's game, finding long ball shooters, getting guys that's on the block or in the mid-range, wide open shots, Magic Johnson would definitely be a top 5 player in today's game.
We
weren't talking top 5. We weren't talking top 5.
Let me rephrase that.
Okay.
Real talk, because I think he would be better than Luka. Yes, I do.
Okay.
He's
Better
better
than
than
Luka.
Luka.
No.
Yeah,
As a
he'd be a
scorer,
better scorer than the best player in the league.
He'd be a better
I
player.
think we would be having that conversation, Mars. Yes, I do. I think we would be having that conversation.
You'll be having that conversation just like we're having it right now.
Mhm.
I guess.
Ron.
fair shit.
That's right. They call me
Hey,
OG,
big guy.
buddy. That's right. They call me OG. That's right. They call me OG because I've been around way longer than you. And I've seen basketball and I know basketball. Unlike your goofy ass who comes in here every day, which is the highlight of your day, by the way, which is what I'm doing right now and giving you energy, which I don't normally give you energy, but I do. I'm doing it right now because you constantly call me out of my name. You goddamn right they call me OG because I know the game and I've forgotten more basketball than your black lip goofy ass has ever known.
Run.
Hello, Big Ox.
You think the chat gonna let you disrespect Ox, nigga?
Ox, I already told him. Wait till I see him, Ox. I already told him. When I see him, it's on and cracking. When I see
I'm
him,
on my way back to my room and I hear Ron saying unthinkable things. Crazy.
Why weren't you in your room?
I had business to take care of this morning.
Ah,
What's up?
HR business.
What's up?
Huh?
Ron, he handling something, Ron.
Yeah, what's up, y'all?
Ox, wait till I see this dude, Ox. I swear, it's on.
What's up,
it's
Ox?
on sight when I see him, Ox.
Don't trip, chill.
Promise you.
I got bandits in the chat with me, so you got to see them first.
As soon as I see him, firing on his ass.
I got black lips with me.
Mm.
But anyways, y'all, let's get on to the next topic. It is from we were doing top 5 comments of the week.
Yeah.
Shout out to that little excursion. Shout out to Real Talk, shout out to Luca, and shout out to anybody else that got cooked during that segment.
Luka Doncic.
Rational Boston sports fans in episode 628 said, I think Jordan and Ron's overall point is that basketball is a common sense / reactionary sport. The analytics have taken a lot of the common sense out of the game, in their opinion. It shouldn't take analytics to tell me that a layup is the most efficient / easiest shot to make in basketball. It shouldn't take an analytic or stat to tell me that 3 is more than 2 because, well, that's just common sense.
If you think about the guys who cook, right? Like when you see First Take, like I remember watching Max just roast Stephen A. Where did Max go to school? Max went to Harvard. He one of them nerdy type of dudes, right? When you talk about guys cooking up, how about this dude right here, right? How about this dude with the hood, right?
Where'd you go, Mars?
Yeah, how about this dude? Mars is one of those dudes, and is it fair to say that what we've done with basketball, and that's not to say that Mars doesn't know basketball, because 100%.
Mars went to a very good school in Britain.
Yeah, and
Mars got a nice degree, amazing degree.
What I'm saying is when we talk about, in Jordan's words, nerdifying basketball, when we talk about that, a lot of these guys are really smart dudes. They ain't just bringing up numbers. Like, they ain't just talking. Like when Max used to go at Stephen A. Smith, he used to go at Stephen A. Smith with numbers and rationalize those numbers. When Mars and I go at it, Mars brings up numbers and rationalize those numbers. So, I mean, the nerdifying basketball thing, I think that's a legit thing.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing though, right there though. So even no matter how you talk about it, it just doesn't apply to everybody. I keep trying to say this over and over. We can't. There is no template to basketball, no matter how you look at it. A layup is not an easier shot for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like if you, there's no reason for little guys to be in there with the trees when you could pull up from 15 feet before you get to them. You said you make separation from your defender. You get by them, you stop and pop right there at the nail, because I'm not going down there with them. That's not an easier shot for me. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why it's like there is no necessarily easier shot. You just have to be skilled.
That's a bad shot, though.
You got
okay.
I mean, depending on how you look at it, it's different for everybody. It's different for every situation. It's different for what team you're playing against. That's why I keep continuously saying, I'm going to continue to say, there is no template to basketball. There's no such thing as this is a better shot than this. It's circumstantial. You know what I'm saying? And so, for those reasons, it's why I always say El Basketball, because you can't tell me what's going to be easier before it happens. You know what I mean? You got to take your first best look. You got to be skilled enough to shoot when you get something from the defense. You can't get an open shot and be like, oh well, I can't shoot this, because one of two things: either I'm not skilled enough to do this, or these guys on the sideline are going to think that's a bad shot. You have to be good enough and skilled enough to be able to take advantage of what you create.
Well, this is a straw man argument, because honestly, I think analytics try to optimize every individual player's shot diet. I don't think anyone is out there being like, Shaquille O'Neal, go take 15.
What's a straw man argument? What I say was a straw man argument?
Yeah, because you're saying that.
See, that's the problem. What I'm talking about is basketball.
Yeah, you can make a straw man argument in basketball. The issue here is that I think you're grossly misrepresenting what analytics are trying to do. Now, I don't necessarily think analytics are always on the right side of it, and I think a lot of these quote unquote super smart analytics nerds are frankly too dumb to understand what they don't know. I think sometimes they would be smart to look at how things are done. Like we look at Daryl Morey's Rockets, like more threes are the answer. We'll just lead the team in the Golden State Warriors, they take threes. It's like, you're not really replicating the same level of threes. You don't have the same talent of three-point shooting. So shooting more threes than them is not necessarily going to matter. But then you have other people who see all the shots they miss. I think they missed 24, 25, 26 shots in a row in the playoffs against, and people just say, okay, well, see, this is why you shouldn't take threes. This is wrong. Definitely, there's certain players out there who should be working on threes. There's certain players out there who take a lot of good threes, and they should take more of those. To the point you said about like a mid-range shot being more better than for some people being better than a layup. I agree with you again in theory, but what pressures the defense more?
That's
right?
That's not in theory. That's not in theory. That's just in basketball. It's not always about, I need to apply pressure to the defense. No, I need to score. Can you find a player
who is more efficient at a mid-range shot than an open layup?
It's not always about efficiency, and that's what I'm saying, Pin. What are you talking about? An open layup? I mean, I'm an open layup, of course. I didn't say that. That's my point. And you think I'm trying to go to war against analytics? I'm trying to go to war against your mindset of having a template of how basketball has to work. I'm not paying analytics per se no mind, because it's just too much going on over there. Mm-hmm. I'm simply saying that there is no perfect way to play basketball. There's a thousand different ways you can do this, Pin. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not here to go to war against analytics. I'm here to go against war with the thinking that this is how you do it. This is how you do it. No, there's different ways to play basketball depending on who you're playing, all the circumstances.
I hear what you're saying. Predictive analysis is the most important analysis in sports, in my opinion. There's a reflective analysis, which is telling me what someone did 2 years ago is great. It's informative. But ultimately, all of this builds up to the idea that the most powerful people in sports are the people who can tell you what's about to happen. The people who can draft well, the people who can tell you who's going to win MVP a year ahead. That's where the money is, frankly, and that's where a lot of the value is too, in terms of being a content creator. So, for instance, for me to come up here and tell you last offseason that the OKC Thunder were going to win a championship, that I was very, very confident they were going to do so, followed a pattern. It followed what they had done the previous 2 years. It followed how I believed Alex Caruso and Isaiah Hartenstein would mesh into what they did. And I didn't waver all year. I continued to pick them even when Chet got hurt. That is a blueprint. Mm-hmm. That is a blueprint to playing basketball. Their defense is a blueprint, right? Shea's rim pressure is a blueprint. I've seen stars like him succeed in the playoffs. I've seen players like this win championships.
Yeah, they shot a
There
lot
is
of
a
mid-range
blueprint.
jumpers too,
It's the same thing with Jokic,
He
right?
played basketball, to be honest
when
with
you
you.
see where Jokic dominates, even as a young player, when he was in his second year, there's plenty of really smart people who were covering the sport back then saying this guy's gonna be a first team All NBA. And
Look at these last three champions, Jill. I mean, Penn, look at these last three champions. You got OKC, you got the Celtics, you got Denver. Three different
ways,
3 different teams, different styles.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah,
there's
you
the
can.
straw man argument.
Doesn't,
there's the straw man argument because yes, they are different teams by nature of the fact that they play in different cities and have different personnel, but they do a lot of similar things.
And they do a lot of different
but
things.
they go about it like
they do a lot of different things.
So, but if you tried to draw 5 dominant similarities between those 3 teams, you would find them.
Yeah,
Easy.
but
I can do that with every team. I can do that with every single team.
Yeah.
That's a
strong man argument, actually. Yeah, that's
also when the Warriors won all those games when they were shooting crazy from 3, I could be wrong, but I believe that they shot the most mid-range shots in the NBA too at that time. Because in the playoffs, they was hitting from mid-range. Like,
well, the Rockets led the league in threes. The Warriors,
but I'm saying
they did lead. They did lead the league in mid-range shots.
That's what I'm saying.
Clay was taking a bunch.
That's in 18 when they lost.
When people were saying about them shooting threes, and it was
the
like
Rockets led the league in threes like the whole decade.
Okay,
yeah,
the Warriors only led the league in threes like twice.
Yeah. And then the Rockets decided they wanted to copy it. But even when the Warriors was leading the league in threes, I still believe that they were leading the league in mid-range shots. Like they were taking mid-range shots and making them. I just think that became like a misunderstanding of the Warriors offense. Like they were just hunting threes. No, they just had the best shooters of all time open. And they was able to play one-on-one, drive and kick, and then they swing the ball, and they were open. But they still shot a lot of mid-range jump shots that just ripped your heart out when they wasn't scoring. So when teams was just forcing that 3 ball up there, thinking this is how the Warriors play, that's not how the Warriors play. And I was saying that then, and I'm saying it now. Like, just because they have the best shooters of all time and it looks different, don't mean you think you can copy that. Because that's not how they play basketball. Warriors play a brilliant brand of basketball, like an amazing brand of basketball.
Which would explain why you see the teams playing today and why they aren't as efficient, because they try to copy that and they do a terrible job at it.
Joe, do you see triangle principles in the Warriors offense? Do you see triangle principles? Okay. Yes. So if you consider what the Warriors and also what the Spurs did as extensions of triangle principles, that blueprint has won like 20 plus championships over the last 3 decades. Correct. 3.5 decades.
Gotta move the ball.
I don't really see any triangle principles in the Warriors offense, but if that's what y'all want,
the split action is
the split action is 100% a triangle principle. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I guess.
Fellas, I gotta guess, Jordan. That's what's going on. That's split action is going on in the triangle.
DHO or other like.
Fellas, I gotta move on to the next topic, and then we gotta I gotta move on to the next comment of the week, and then we got more topics that people have sent through. I also got Hall of Famers that I'm trying to get up here, but that was a good debate and great straw man arguments from each and every one of you guys. All right, let's get back into it. From Top Tier Hater, episode 629 said saying Kobe was the best from 03 to 10 is just wrong. 03 was KG/Duncan. 04 KG. 05 Steve Nash. 06 Kobe. 07 Kobe. 08 Kobe. 09 Bron. 2010 Bron.
Can any of you dudes make an argument for Steve Nash being better than Kobe Bryant?
Why in the regular season?
I absolutely could make the argument
in the regular season.
Not worth the time.
I absolutely could make the argument though. But 06 to 08 is the 3 years I think Kobe was the best player in the league. I don't think he was the best player in the league.
Yeah, as opposed to that graphic that one dude put up on Twitter talking about Kobe from like the whole decade.
Cooking with that.
I disagreed with like anyone who says Bron wasn't the best player in the league until 2013. I'm just not going to agree with you. But like, I understand people who say Kobe was the best from like 03. Like I see the argument. But for me, it was 06. 06, 07, 08 is when Kobe was the best player in the league. 9 and 10, Bron takes over. Before that, 05 is just a down year for the NBA. Like whether it's KG who's the best, whether it's Kobe, whether it's Steve Nash, whether it's Tim Duncan, whether it's Shaq, whoever it is, I just think that's a down year. And then 04, I think is KG. 03, 02, I think that's Duncan. 01, 2000, I think that's Shaq. And then going back, you got whatever. But like
Mars,
I
could
think
you
3 years
could
is
you
a
make
good
an
3
argument,
years.
Mars? Could you particularly, not people? I'm talking about you. Could you
Or-
and would you even consider making an argument for Dirk in 07?
Yes. In the regular season, yes. We had
Just
this
you, Mars.
conversation
You in
already.
particular, Mars.
I could formulate the argument. I wouldn't agree with
think I
myself,
could.
but I could formulate the argument.
I think I could too.
And
Just
Swipey,
regular
you're-
season wise, Dirk and
I
Nowitzki
think
was-
Steve Nash. I think Steve Nash has a stronger argument in 05 than Dirk does in 07, in my opinion.
The crazy thing though, Mars, is that like you just talked to me about Magic and Dirk. I'm sorry, Magic and Luka, which you think Nash was better in 07 than he was in 06.
Yes.
Which would mean that wouldn't he have a better case if there's people, if you can make an argument for him in 05, he was better in 07. Could you make an
Kobe
argument
was
for
better in
could you make a
07.
better argument for him in 07 than you could in 05?
Well, Kobe was better in 07 than he was in 05. So that kind of hurt Steve Nash's case. But I could make the argument for Nash in 07 as well.
So
But I
Kobe
wouldn't,
improved
because I
more than
think Kobe
Nash
was better.
improved? Is what you're saying?
Well, no, I'm saying 05, the
05
Lakers
just
are bad.
a
Kobe wasn't
bad
as
Kobe
impactful.
year.
Kobe deals with an injury. Like all of it culminates into Kobe having 04 and 05 are Kobe's 2 worst years of his prime. I think that's a fair statement to say.
It is.
So it's not like Kobe improved per se. It's like Kobe came off 05 being one of the worst years of his prime into 07 being his legitimate peak. So that's it. But I think Nash in 07 is better than Nash in 05. But the league was worse in 05 than it was in 07. But I would make the argument for Nash as the best player in the world in 07 before I did for Dirk, because I think Nash was better than Dirk. But that's another hot take. So
on Monday, we are going to get down to a lot of this shit in the 2000s about certain players being better than certain players being worse, and all of this stuff. I can't wait. I'm telling you, I can't wait for Monday. But as of right now, the next comment of the week is from Drilling Yamanda.
Oh boy.
Drilling Yamanda. Episode 630.
Or is drill in your man DA.
Oh, that's even worse.
All right.
What?
Drill in your man DA. Shout out
And
to
Ron
DA.
just sitting there drinking his milk while his podcasters are fighting about the smell of pins tonight. Mike, I love the off season. Ron, when I was gone, what was happening? Because
We
We've
were
never had
having
a-
fun because you
we
weren't
never
up,
had a
you weren't
segment
up there
about
being a
pins Mike
Karen.
smell, and you were allowing this debauchery to go on. Is that what was happening?
Ox, are you
Pin,
Ox, are you
Pin, do a
sitting-
hard sniff right now.
We're good.
What does that smell like?
Think we're good. Think we're good. I think we're
Why
good.
would you
like-
make Penn do that?
It smells like cooking.
And
Wait
he
a minute.
already
Wait,
got.
wait.
And we already had
Rewind.
Tommy Egan up here.
Rewind.
Tommy Egan.
Ox, are
Do
you
that.
sitting here telling me that I'm up here with somebody that's the head of the HOA? Is that what I'm dealing with right here?
Yes.
Is that
yes.
I can't park my car here? Right? I gotta
Head
cut
of
my
the
grass.
ATA, the HOA, PTA, CIA.
PTA.
I gotta cut my grass a certain
And
way.
shout out to the PTA though. Shout out to the PTA for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Uh,
I've never categorized Swiper as a Karen. Never.
Swipe it.
Interesting.
So I become you can't have that wind chime in front of your door.
Oh my God.
It's an eyesore.
It's impacting home values. Yep.
Yep.
I could hear that.
Swipe it. Do I need to move my
I
mic?
can't wait to have an HOA. It's going to be so fun. I can only imagine the stuff that they'll be trying to get me for.
Swipe is like, how did this
I'm
backfire?
gonna be the president of the HOA.
We have,
Don't let
yeah,
him fool
we
y'all.
because I believe that the best way to do things is by being in control. So the thing about we have a federal government, state government, we have basically
You know who else
municipal
thinks that?
powers,
Karen.
city, and then HOAs. There's like a even smaller local government. This is interesting. We just have more policing for my own neighborhood. I got to cut my grass a certain way. I can't have certain things in my yard.
I'm not mad at the neighborhood watch. I'm all for neighborhood watch. I agree with neighborhood watch. I agree with neighborhood patrol. I think we should. I
It's
think we
my
should
house. If I
patrol.
want to plant an apple tree, I'm going to plant an apple tree in front of my
I think we
house.
should patrol.
It's
our
got to be a
neighborhoods.
certain height
We
though,
take care
because
of each
Karen
other.
gonna come through and be like, the apple tree too
Is
high.
that fence 8?
Yes,
You know
sir.
the fence can only be 6 feet tall. That looks like 6'2".
Mhm.
If I can see over your fence, it's too. It's. I'm 6'3.5".
Like, if you don't get the hell off my porch and go do something else, that's what you better do, lady. Get the hell off my porch and go do something.
You better
I
take
couldn't
that
imagine
cardigan
somebody
on and
knocking on
go
my door
home,
for that.
What the
Karen.
hell you better do? Get your
Hey,
ass from in front of my house.
Karen, pull up to my house. It better be for one reason and one reason only. Hey, real talk, do you feel me?
God damn,
But
man.
all right, y'all, we got one.
Papa got a cardigan on right now.
one more comment of the week from Grumsy 13185. You guys know Grumsy. Grumsy said, these motherfuckers so sketchy. They had Nigerian Prince sending them money. Last
We
Friday.
appreciate it, man.
Nigerian Prince.
I don't know what do you mean by that.
I don't know.
Remember you don't remember last Friday? We got 10,000.
I'm not touching that one.
You don't remember?
While you guys were having that segment, I checked my email to see if I was getting any scam emails. Had an email from my bank saying, watch out for scams. It's coincidental.
There you go.
Yeah.
Them boys listening.
They got
Shit,
bots
team.
out there, Morris. See, I was trying not to touch this subject, Morris. But all right, you better watch yourself.
All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and jump back into it. We got a super chat from Reality. Used to be a Hall of Famer, still a GOAT member with us. He said, rank these playoff runs, not who's the best player, but who played the best. Hadley in 2025, KD in 21, Dame in 21, CP3 in 21, and Jimmy in 23.
Oh my goodness.
Jimmy 23.
What?
Number 1.
What?
Dame 21.
Jimmy 23 played better than KD in 2021.
Where's KD? Oh, I see KD. KD 21 first 2 series. Yeah. Jimmy
Yeah, that's the only
23.
2 series.
And then we have
Dame didn't play better than Jimmy against you guys than Jimmy did in the playoffs.
I think the Bucks series was.
Yeah, but Jimmy played 3 more series after that.
Yeah, but Jimmy, then he got the Knicks series. He played well, and then he got hurt. But then
Yeah,
he played well.
he got hurt in he got hurt in game 2.
And then he played well versus the Celtics. He just didn't, but he was still good.
He was
and
cool.
then he had the NBA Finals. I mean, that's a lot of
in which he wasn't good in the finals, by the way.
No, I mean,
Yeah, but you're penalizing Jimmy for like having more games, though.
But the question was who played the best.
I think Jimmy played better versus that team than Dame.
Dame had one of the best playoff games we've ever seen. So did Jimmy.
But to be fair, Jimmy had averaging 37 versus like the number 1 defense in the East, though.
Yeah,
I think that's where the context.
and Dame did it against
Austin Rivers,
I can get with that.
Shaq Harrison.
Jokic.
Is it fair to say Hadley has the clutchest playoff run we've ever seen?
Mm.
Well, he just has the best.
4 game winners.
I'm not gonna say that, but the clutchest playoff run.
The clutches, no.
No, as in it's not fair to say, or no, as in.
I mean,
it is fair to say. I'm not.
I just disagree.
Was 18 Bron?
Yes,
that's what I was.
Yeah, 18 Bron. Yeah.
Why is Chris Paul up here?
I didn't see the number because Chris Paul was going crazy.
Chris Paul 21 was amazing.
Remember, because I think the stat was Hadley missed like 2 clutch shots in the playoffs or something like that.
He's been like, as far as like last shot, like that kind of stuff. Absolutely.
But Indiana's clutch time execution was also just
he doesn't miss.
Perfect. But Bron didn't have any Aaron Nesmith games, if that makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, I feel you.
All right.
What about Book in 23? Even though it didn't last.
23 Book?
Mm-hmm. First 9
Book
games.
in 23 played better in the playoffs than Jimmy did.
First 9 games, yes.
Wasn't he like
then he hurt his ankle and he wasn't
goofy
great
like that? He was like shooting like almost 80% from the floor. Something
it was
ridiculous
insane.
like
Yeah,
that.
I went through it like a month ago. Yeah, he was going crazy.
It was absolutely insane.
It was some of the most impressive stuff I ever seen.
I was talking crazy.
Tough twos. They were unbelievable.
Yo, I got my man Jason Grillion there in the building. What's going on?
Yeah, we clipping today?
Are we clipping?
Nah, it's no more clipping.
We partying today. That's what we're doing. We partying.
No more clipping.
Why wouldn't we be clipping?
No, the mic.
Oh,
my boy Michael Rappaport back. We got the Rappaport back in the building.
Nah, that's crazy.
Then we got the Rappaport.
Mars, where you go? This look like open gym.
Why you think I left?
Open gym?
Yeah, why you think I left?
Is this bringing him PTSD?
Yeah, this is too familiar. Too familiar.
Here, let me help you, Mars. Right there. Put you next to your 2 guys. All right, but Bulletproof, what's good? You got anything? Jason, you got anything? Anything you guys want to touch on? You guys are delicate Hall of Famers, and you guys see more than the average person sees that we do up here on the panel. Do you want to address anything from any of these guys up here? Myself excluded.
Yo, one dude not up here, so like I say that for whenever.
Who, Jude?
Nah. What's that guy's name? Guy who had Dr. J's top 10. That dude
guy in the Lakers jersey?
That dude right there.
What you talking about, Big Guru?
He not up here yet. So
you want to smoke with Guru?
I don't think you want that, young bud.
Oh no. That's
What did Guru do to you except speak the truth?
all right. Okay. That's the truth, man. All right.
Shout out to Guru and this guy right here.
He had some really good points. Now, whether or not
He
you
backed
agree with
it
him
up.
on where he puts Dr. J, that's up to you. But I will say that he made some very good points, though.
He backed it up for sure, though. He definitely backed it up for sure. I don't know if I agree with it, but the reason why, there was his reasons why, and at least he had an explanation for it.
Dr. J in the top 10, it's not like, that's not crazy to me. I had Dr. J in my top 10 for a while until he kind of fell out.
What do you mean he kind of fell out? Like you either fall out or you don't fall out.
Yeah,
he just fell out a little bit. He fell out a little bit.
He fell out.
One foot in, one foot out.
What happened? Because
that's
he
what I'm trying to make sense
hasn't played. He hasn't played in decades.
Doc
Other guys surpassed him. I
know.
He got older.
I'm trying to figure out like when did he drop out of your top 10 and what guys start playing much better? Because I mean, Steph and KD, they've been at this level forever.
It's
You know
not
what I'm saying?
more.
It could only be Jokic or Luka. Giannis been playing at this level for a while. So SGA, like who is it that's doing this to Dr. J?
Well, I don't think new players need to come along from the drop on my top 10. I think they just have to either. I think I have to change my mindset or what I think about my top 10 or like my consistency.
I agree with that.
I think that's what happened with me.
Change your criteria?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, got you.
That makes sense because
And
the
then
same
probably-
thing happened to me.
And then probably like going
too.
back, it's recently I've gone back to watch a lot of 60s, 70s games. Like before this, I had never watched a Jerry West game in my life. I watched like 5 so far.
So 5 Jerry West games knocks Dr. J out.
No. That's an
Are
example.
you watching more Dr. J and realizing like, man, this dude wasn't as good as I thought he was?
No, I watched Dr. J back then, and I can give you an example of someone who I kind of got a little higher on, mainly because I think I was a little construed with the masses.
Moses Malone?
No.
Oh, damn.
I used to be I used to be a lot lower on what's his name, KD for years, yo. Mainly because I was real low on KD until like I said, all right, let me just sit back, let me watch KD a little more, let me go back, let me do a little more study on him, let me just do my little rewrite my thought process about it. And I said, this dude that might be top 10.
What year was it that you changed your name changed your mind on KD though?
Last year.
That's fair.
Okay, so
I'm
what is
not
it?
seeing
So my issue is what does this have to do with Doc? So let's
fair.
get back to Doc. What's the
Why is
issue
it not
with Doc?
fair? Is it too late to change his mind, or
How do you change your mind on Kevin Durant in 25? Kevin Durant's been amazing for over 10 years already.
But the way you view the game can change. Like, because I agree with girls. Like, my opinion on players who have retired for over 30 years has changed solely because the way I view the game has changed.
I can understand.
Like a couple years ago, I had Hakeem in my top 5. Last time I did the list,
You were
and that's fine. And then last time I did the list, I moved him out the top 10.
Damn.
Right.
And I'm not saying I'm right, and I'm not saying I was wrong back then and I'm right now.
Yeah,
But I'm
Mars.
saying Hakeem hasn't played a dribble of NBA basketball in 20 years.
Yeah,
And
he
my
got
opinion
older.
of him,
But
my
in
opinion of him
fairness,
has changed.
you're also the only person up here whose brain is still forming.
You move Mars.
Yes, yeah, and I'm once again, I said it on the stream. Shout out to the Heat Talk podcast. I kind of regret not having Hakeem in my top 10. So, like, since 2 weeks ago, my list has probably changed again.
Mars,
Like,
you
and
a
Hakeem still
toxic
hasn't played the
man.
dribble of basketball since then.
Mars, you a toxic man. You got you a main girl that you've been rocking with for years. Then you see some new booty, and all of a sudden you dropping her.
Well,
God
the
damn.
people
That
I
happens
moved
every day.
the people I
Yeah,
moved
that
to
just
for
happened to me
Hakeem
last week,
retired.
Jordan.
Mars
So,
said, I
I mean,
see
it
some
is
new
what it is.
booty, got with the new booty, and said, might regret, I might want that old thing back, but for now, get out of my top 10.
I'm pretty sure you spent an
it is.
hour on playback telling us that was a good game plan, Jordan. Didn't you?
You said
So Vel, what's your issue? Vel, what's your issue with the
I'm
Doc?
That's not Vel. That's not Vel. Chill.
From?
That's Grills.
Grills,
I'm
what's
okay
your,
with it.
Grills,
Don't
what's your
get it
issue
twisted
with
now.
Doc being in the
Salute
top
them
10
all.
from how? Is it the way Guru explained it? Is that your issue with him? Or is it just
Six
Doc
is
being in the top 10?
I'm still lost on the KD thing.
All right.
Which one is
Come on, explain yourself,
no,
Bill.
I can do, no,
Okay, but
I can
Ox,
do,
you're slow to the party on players too all the time. So
no,
I mean,
I can do both. I can do both. Though. I can do both. So his like when he said something about Dr. J,
he said he's the best in-game dunker. Yes, he did.
said best in-game dunker. Probably. I can't tell you that honestly.
He's in the
can't.
conversation.
He is in the
Vince Carter.
conversation.
I don't know who the best in-game dunker is. There's a lot of good ones out here.
Dominique
Sean
Wilkins.
Camp, Vince, Dominique.
It's definitely
no,
not Darvin.
no,
Ham.
Toronto Vince was overrated. But yeah, definitely Dr. J is one of them for sure.
But
Yeah,
Dr.
okay,
but
yeah,
Doc-
for sure that
Dr. J, the way he explained it, he said Dr. J revolutionized the game. He said that Dr. J changed the game, the way how people play the game. I said, okay, but the way he used that to, I don't know, let's say knock someone like our obvious name, LeBron, and the way he to say that LeBron didn't change the game was kind of crazy to me. He said he didn't change the game as much as Dr. J. Not to myself, like the way forwards play today, the way people play the wing position today, it's direct correlation to people like LeBron, Paul Pierce, and them, like people like them that changed the whole game for everybody here. Scottie Pippen definitely involved in that too. And then the other thing was the people he had, but the people he had below Dr. J, I couldn't see argument for it. Everything that at least that can be, I know lists aren't supposed to be the most consistent thing in the world. You're not going to be 1-to-1 consistent in your list, probably. But that was just a little too inconsistent for me. I thought to myself, there's no way that you can be anywhere near consistent with this list to have Dr. J at 7 above some of the other guys.
6. Had him at 6.
Or
Yeah,
6.
Yeah, LeBron
six.
at 7.
Yeah,
Rightfully
yeah.
so.
He did have him at 6. I thought he had him at like 10.
Nah, he had
That was crazy.
he had Kobe, Mike, Kareem, Wilt, Magic, Dr. J, Bron, Bird, Steph, Duncan.
We've had 3 LeBron casuals in the last 2 weeks, and I can't do this anymore. I don't want any more.
How many we got?
3 of them. 3 of
Now
them.
they LeBron casual because they
respect your elders. Number one.
No, I'm not respecting.
No, I
anything.
appreciate Real
all
Talk
3 of
therapy
those
session.
blind
He really
bats.
just enlightened everyone to what it was, and I appreciate that.
They're fruit bats. They're fruit bats, not even real bats. Fruit
That's
bats.
crazy.
It's very disrespectful of you.
Good. They should feel disrespected.
Damn.
Swipe, are you talking about me?
Yes.
Yes.
Specifically talking about you.
Fruit bats is
bat.
crazy.
Oh,
I really don't even know what to say to that. So, Bulletproof, do you have anything? Would you like to address any species
Ron, you could say you're the
I
king
mean,
of fruit bats.
I have a reason why someone would change his opinion on KD in 2025. Probably because we are like 9 years removed from that cursed summer already.
Oh, yeah.
That's a reason to change your mind. Like when it was too recent.
Amir, that summer will forever be a black stain in the NBA. Forever.
I thought 2016 summer was a really good summer. I thought 2016 summer was
I mean,
start rolling over in his grave right now.
Shit, 2016.
Not for me, but
last year.
I mean, yeah, that move was like it made him so hated that I think no one was really looking at what he was doing at the time.
Was it justified, Amir? Is it justified to hate him for that?
I mean, I don't hate anybody. There are a lot of better reasons to hate humans on this planet, but I mean, he made a move he thought was the right move, and he won 2 championships. So
was it weak? Was it what Stephen A. Smith said, the weakest move of any superstar ever? Is that the weakest move?
I wouldn't call it weak. I think he had every right to do so. I actually think his next moves were worse.
Yes.
Agreed.
And that's because he made that move and he won 2 championships. And when he decided to move on next, he still tried to build these offensive super teams. And I think it's not what was best for him at that stage of his career. So this move right here, right now, to the Rockets, I think he should have made a move like that like 5 years ago. And
But
I'm
he
glad he
didn't
did
make
it now
that move.
because
Nick.
he's
Like,
still
why we
God.
keep
I mean,
putting this
he
on these
did, though.
guys
He
to
did.
make that
He
move?
moved to Phoenix.
He didn't make that move. I mean, he
I
axed.
mean,
Okay, he axed out of
Phoenix.
Brooklyn, 100%. I don't think he did. He ax out of Phoenix.
Yeah, he did.
It was mutual. It was mutual. He didn't
Okay.
officially request
Yeah.
a trade, but
He
knew
said
what
they
was
didn't
going
want
on.
him back. He said they didn't want
Yeah,
him back.
they knew what was going on. They
Right.
worked together.
They
He
tried to
got
trade him to
Houston.
Golden State last year beyond his knowledge, and he
And
was
he
sour,
said
and he
no.
said he's not coming back.
He was out
So
on that.
when he
Said they didn't want him back though.
well, he said he wasn't
Oh,
signing an
Smooth would have
extension.
sent his ass
So
back. Take your ass back up.
it's
There.
whoa.
yeah,
It's
I
not
mean,
like
Feel so
technically,
bad.
it wasn't
Yeah.
his
I mean,
move.
we just missed the playoffs. I mean, sure, I would have moved on too.
oh, let's not reinvent history here. He said he wasn't going to come back. I would love, Swiper, you up in KD's DMs, go ask him. But he absolutely was not going to come back after they breached the trust.
You mean talk texting? You don't mean DMs, but shout to
Well,
you.
texting, direct messaging.
Mm.
And I think if you're that level of a player, you have enough power to at least.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, I don't think.
know, man. I seen Luka get traded. I don't know what to tell you. I seen Luka get traded.
Yeah, but I mean, that's
I
like
seen
a
Luka
very,
get traded.
that's a very specific scenario. Like KD and LeBron
Yeah, I
have
seen
had a lot
Luka.
of power. KD and LeBron have a lot of power. Even CP3 has a lot of power.
All right, fellas. What we are going to do is bounce back and forth. Y'all familiar with bouncing on it, right? We're going to bounce back and forth from Twitter to the super chats, to the YouTube comments, to the Instagram comments.
Here Jordan go. Oh.
So let's go ahead and bounce first.
Jordan's
to
a big
Twitter.
spoon, so
It's Please Friday.
Oh, speaking of that, Mars, earlier when you said me and Jordan are seeing eye to eye, was that the last time you guys seen eye to eye since that one incident that happened all-star weekend?
Since that amazing that time?
Yeah.
Oh.
I never took a bar. Oh, hey, what did Bill Clinton say? I never
did not have sexual relations with that
I
woman.
did not have sexual
I've
relations
never
with
took
that
a
woman.
nap for Mars a day in my life. Stop it.
Oh,
That
I
boy.
imagined it. Okay.
Hey, remember we used to be a decent country, Jordan, when they found out that they wanted him to step down from his position because they found some substance on her dress. That's what the kind of country used to be. Now, Lincoln Bio in the office.
And he also sold
Facts.
the country to China. So whatever.
Hey, Ox. Bill Clinton
Facts.
getting
That might be a good
But-
scene.
We'll talk about lying.
You better believe it.
man.
Whatever.
All right, y'all.
No, we have definitely hey. We have
Barack
Well,
Obama
there's-
did
there's
years
more-
ago,
there's
11
more
years
than
war-
that.
We
war-
have
war-
definitely-
I kind of feel bad for Mars here. He didn't do anything to
Yeah.
deserve this, and now it's a weekly segment talking about naps. Thanks, Jordan.
I mean, I enjoyed my nap. So
I didn't bring it up. I just.
Mark said he was
you
warm.
ain't gonna feel bad
Thanks,
for me.
Jordan.
I slept peacefully.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Mars took a nap. I took a
And
nap.
you were the big spoon.
No, we
I'm
not.
talking about.
We were in different locations. Mars
Ron,
took
we're
a
gonna
nap.
go into the
I
ditch.
took a nap.
Just so you know, Ron, there is not a gas station or mechanic shop for another 50 miles. Get the wheel.
I thought we were headed
Nah,
in a good
man.
direction, but
He'd rather
let
break-
me,
he'd rather
hey, I'm
break down
sorry
on the
for
road.
falling asleep at the wheel. Let me wake up and get us back on track.
It's
How
Please
many times I
Friday.
gotta tell y'all? How many times I gotta tell you that tired driving is even more dangerous than drunk driving? If you're tired, pull over and take a nap.
What if you're tired
You know
and
what I'm
drunk?
Yeah,
Then
definitely taking a nap.
go to
That's
sleep. What are you
definitely
doing behind the wheel anyway?
The Hoop panel sent through a tweet replying to us and said, question 1, who do you have as a breakout star? Question 2, who's everyone's sleeper team in each conference? This is a good one, fellas.
You already know where I'm going.
Go ahead,
Breakout
go
I
ahead.
stars?
actually agree with.
Yep.
I agree
Johnny
with
Raptors.
Ben. Yeah, Raptors.
How about
I'd
Jalen
say
Green?
Dope.
So,
Of course you do.
Who do you got
of
bulletproof?
course I do.
Raptors
As what?
as the
Sleepers.
sleeper team.
Show sleep.
No, I think the Raptors are a good sleeper team.
I got the Suns.
I think the Raptors being like a 5-6 seed is reasonable this year.
Yeah, they cool. They cool.
What about the Western Conference? I think the Spurs could be better.
The
than
Blazers
people
are the
think.
Blazers too easy of a sleeper team?
And
I mean,
A
I
lot of
don't
people
think
are
they'll make the
I
playoffs.
don't know. So
yeah, but how high could they go?
Yeah,
8,
If
9?
they get into the playoffs without the play-in, that would be an amazing success because I haven't seen
hell
that
yeah.
happen. But I could see them getting in through the play-in. I could see
the
that.
gap between a playoff team and like the final play-in team might be 2 wins with the
I
way
think
the West has been. So it's
Mars.
possible.
Yes.
I think my fault, Pen. I think the Trailblazers could be potentially like the Rockets of last year, because I do think we're looking at them.
Not by you don't mean by be the 2 seed, right?
No, not the 2 seed, but I do think they could, like, everybody's like, because you said, is that too easy of a sleeper team? Everybody's high on them, but like to an extent, everybody's like, oh yeah, playing.
Oh, I feel you.
But like they could mess around and be like the 4th, 5th seed, and then people be like, oh shit, we weren't gonna. You see what I'm saying? And I think it would be a lot based off of what Houston did well last year, which is rebound and defend. Because I do think they could potentially be one of the absolute best defensive teams in the league next year. With
Donovan Klinger, man, he one of the best.
You got Klinger, you got Twani, you just picked up Drew.
Their biggest moves were getting rid of their 2, in my opinion, just the misfit pieces, the pieces that I did not like on that team. And one of those pieces goes to LA in DeAndre Ayton, and the other piece goes to Boston and Anthony Simons. And I think they're better without those 2 players. I think they're good talents, but they just don't fit in with what they do, right? And I think Ayton is addition by subtraction. You open up more minutes for better defenders, and just generally speaking, I think you make your locker room a lot more cohesive without him, because he's a distraction. And then on top of that, you get Drew Holiday to replace Anthony Simons, which is like, okay, that is a very, very big step in the right direction. You open up more minutes for Scoot Henderson. So I think the Blazers could be better than the Lakers this year.
Maybe
Blazers
they wouldn't be a better team. I don't think. In the regular season, they might be able to win. Yeah, they might be able to win more regular season.
And you've made 2 really salient points today that I agree with both, and that's the same.
Wait! I can't even hear. Penn, you said that the Blazers will be better than the Lakers.
I said they could be a better regular season team than the Lakers. Yeah, I can see it.
You agree with it. You agree with it. You agree with it. So you guys all just sit around circles and smoke dope together.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
And first off,
but no, all I said was they could win more regular season games.
Oh, no doubt. That's the fact. That's a fact. I've been there. That's how come I know where y'all was at.
How close are you and Ron?
You know what I'm saying? Like y'all. So y'all just. All right.
Add a person.
Well, I wouldn't bet on it, but if they managed to win more regular season games, it wouldn't be like, oh my god, like the Lakers have the oldest player in the NBA.
They're a really good team, though.
Well, the Lakers have the oldest team in the NBA.
And can you explain?
the oldest player in the NBA. Sorry, the oldest player in the NBA, which would already I'm expecting Bron to miss some time. Then I don't like their role players, and I also think that when you're a team that has a lower defensive floor as I think the Lakers have, winning regular season games in the Western Conference might be harder to come by. That doesn't mean I think they're a better team than the Blazers. Right. They're not a better team than the Blazers, because the Blazers, I think, their ceiling, no matter what seed they are, is losing in the first round next year. That's the absolute ceiling.
See, but Mark,
I think they could win more regular season games just off the strength of that.
I'm here to tell you that the Lakers are going to win at least 12 more games than the Blazers.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
20.
I'm not saying I would bet on the Blazers to win more games.
LeBron not top 4.
I would bet on the Lakers to win more games than the Blazers.
What's the
I'm just
over?
saying I could see the
average. You don't got to be top 4. You don't got
what's the over under?
Have to be top 4.
Ron, what's the over under on the Trailblazers wins this season?
Chill. The Blazers are about to be getting
the official over under.
So they won 36 games last year. I think that they win anywhere between 42 to 45 games this year.
Chill. The Blazers are going to be getting tossed around that Western Conference.
So you think
like a beach ball at a beach party?
So you think they're going to be whack as hell?
To Ron's point, can I ask you guys a question?
I also think that's possible too. Like,
it's going to be looking like a frat house in there, chill. The way they're getting tossed up.
I'm talking about here. You could take.
What do y'all think it happens at frat parties?
You could have
what teams will finish below the Blazers?
I know.
Yeah,
what teams will finish
Pelicans, the Jazz, and
been in sorority parties too.
Pelicans,
so
Jazz.
If Zion is healthy, they're still finishing lower than the Blazers.
The Pelicans, Jazz, and Suns would be the teams I would guess. But the Pelicans, if Zion is healthy, they do have a chance to be above the Blazers.
The Pelicans are better than the Blazers.
No, they not. No, they are not.
What? So they signed Achilles pop Damian Lillard, and they get Drew Holiday, and now all of a sudden the Blazers are this crazy team.
I've liked the Blazers for a little while.
Just please remind that casual, who again is a fruit bat, Remind him they were a top 10 defense from January through April.
To what extent?
Because of Donovan Clingan. They're starting. Think about their starting.
Really good defense.
Donovan Clingan ain't even finna be starting.
How do you know
Yang
that?
Yang
five man, Ron.
Yang is finna. Yang is finna.
I will bet you.
Donovan
Wait,
They got elite center depth. They got elite center depth.
Real quick, what is that? What is that silver bottle that Beyonce selling? The hair growth bottle. Sacred.
Something.
Yeah, I think it's Sacred with a C.
Yeah.
I will bet you 4 bottles of Sacred, which is $56. I might buy it. Yeah, $224. I'll bet you $224. 4 bottles of Sacred that Donovan Clingan is starting the opening night.
If Donovan Clingan is starting,
no, take the bet.
No, if Donovan Clingan is starting, if he's starting, why is that moving the needle?
Take the
He's
bet.
one of the best defensive bigs in the league.
To what avail?
I don't understand that question.
So Donovan Clingan is moving the needle to make them all of a sudden this much better team.
Did Rudy Gobert?
They were already a top 10 defense.
He's not Rudy Gobert.
They were already a top 10
He's not Rudy Gobert.
He's gonna be better.
Stop right there. So
Gonna be better. It's his second year in the NBA.
They were already top 10 though, Ron. Why are you doing that?
Wait a minute. Ron, you sitting up here telling us about a dude in Hanson who before the summer, 2 weeks, you have no idea who this dude is. None whatsoever.
He was the best
You
player
have
in
no
China,
idea who this dude is. So you see a week of him, and we see what Donovan Clingan upside has been throughout the course of the regular season and what he's going to be next year. Give me legit logic.
Chill. You was telling Mars to give you the kid. You never seen him play. So how come Ron can't do that with Yang?
Hey, you been getting cooked all week. It started with Guru. Now you getting cooked right now. You give us legit logic on the kid.
Okay, just because everybody wants to be a blind about that, it doesn't matter.
Played way higher level basketball.
Hold on, y'all. This is disgusting.
May I respond to that? No, may I respond to that? One, Ox, I asked Mars to give me the kid. I ain't telling Mars to give me the kid because my point guard is already awesome. I don't have a point guard. That's why I'm asking Mars to give me the kid. That's number one. That's number one. They already have a 5. They already have
said that.
They already have.
Didn't you say that?
Did I say what?
That you a build around him?
Yes, I did say that.
Piece of your team? You ain't never seen a boy play basketball.
Yes,
I did. How come Ron can't be high on
seen him play basketball though?
Pin, stay out of this, bro. You said you said that, and then you told Ron that he can't be high on Yang after he watched Yang cook this whole summer. I think that's unfair.
In the summer league, by the way, and by the way, I did see Topic this summer. On top of that, and on top of seeing other film of him
this summer, where?
This summer, you said this before that.
Right,
you said this last year. You said this last year.
But I did say that, Ox. But here's the difference.
No, but chill. Stop letting Ron loose. He's trying to cook. He's trying to let Ox cook you to get off the cooker.
I'm gonna get back to you, Swiper.
No, that's fine. I'm going straight here.
I'm gonna get back to fraying you.
Chill. Drew Holiday, Shaden Sharp, real talk. Tamani Kamara, Denny Avdia, Donovan Clingan, Scoot Henderson, Jeremy Grant, Gang Hassan. And who am I leaving off? Who am I leaving off?
Robert Williams, another backup.
Robert Williams.
I wasn't listening to this.
Okay, whatever.
Stop with the Robert Williams stuff.
That 9 right there is going to be extremely competitive. They will be better than you think. They were already a top 10 team for 3 months last year.
On the crew. Well, I got a young point guard on the crew.
That 11th speed
right there.
There'll be an 11th.
You don't even know who's on the team, and you just out here just talking.
I got a young up and coming dude on my crew, and I'm bringing a dude on the crew who I ain't never seen play, and I'm automatically starting him over this dude. That's some bullshit right there. Hell no.
Donovan Clingan didn't even start last year.
He's starting this year.
Donovan started after
Donovan Clingan played 20 minutes last year.
He started to close the year.
He started more games than he came off the bench, Ron.
He played 67 games and started 37 games, and he played 20 minutes a game.
He came off the bench to start the season.
Started 37.
And
I can't wait for him
to start lineup, and that's when they elevated defensively.
I can't wait for Donovan Clingan to be a Walker Kessler 2.0, and you guys just hype him up.
Better than Walker Kessler.
But wait, he's already a good. Well, again, I want to preface what I'm saying for a rookie, already a good post player. For a rookie, they're trying to work him as a spacer. He started taking more threes as the year went on. He's huge, Ron. He's Zubac level size. Like that's the kind of big he is. He is going to be monster.
Is it Hang bigger
than?
He's
going to be no. He's going to be a really good rebounder. He's not the defender that Clingan is. Clingan is a legit anchor.
And
a
Klingon's not the
legit
offensive player.
Klingon is a legit. But they play on the
Klingon is a legit bucket.
They play out to
but it's a good thing they have both of them. Like I don't know why you're trying to like
Brilliant.
Yeah, they have a
Y'all
great
really underrating the
defensive center
defensive
and
element
maybe
here.
a really good offensive center. I don't like what's the problem.
Yeah, they do, and still to what avail?
Okay,
I'm saying like.
you
It's
keep
so
saying
many
to
different
what a-
things on this Blazers team. You guys have all. Some of you guys have told me Chauncey Billups is a bad coach. Some of you guys have told me that Scoot Henderson is a bad point guard.
Said that.
Drew Holiday don't even want to be there. Like
How you know?
I'm saying, like,
Yes,
come
you
on,
know.
hey,
Have you talked to him?
Shaden Sharp still got jumps to
Have you
take.
talked to Drew Holiday?
Tumani Kamara, for as good
No, he
as
has
of a defender he is.
Bro, what if DeAndre Ayton is just DeAndre Ayton again for the Lakers? Then I'm
Get
since
off
we're
your
doing this.
take about
What if he's
Tumani
just
Kamara.
DeAndre Ayton
It's
again?
not just about the Lakers.
Whoa.
It's
Stay on
about
that
the
topic.
West being the
Real talk,
West.
was that the
Tumani Kamara, as
conversation
good as he is,
about could they
what?
win more games than the Lakers in the regular season? That's where it
It's
started.
about the West being the West, though. I'm saying.
But
Chill
it's
asked
about
me the
Ron,
Chill asked me the over and under, and I said they're going to get passed around like something at a sorority party or at a frat party.
Did you think the Rockets were going to be the 2 seed last year?
Like,
No, he did not.
They already got a
No, I say no. I say
You
no.
don't have to say no. You already said
so
no.
what translates and also we're still also agreeing with you that a lot of these teams in the West could still be better than the Trailblazers. The reason why I ended up comparing them to the Rockets is that the Rockets ended up playing a 7 seed, but that team had Steph Curry on it, and then they lost in the first round. Yeah, we're saying that they have a formula. Good defense and rebounding travels and tracks as far as through the history of the game of leading to wins.
Ron, don't make your face like that because you feel like that. That's what Indiana was. Ron, don't make your face like that. Because that's who Indiana was.
They are going
Defense,
for it.
rebounding, they were great.
They are going for it. Oh my God!
Hear me out, Ron.
Big odds.
Ron, stop yapping. Let me just get this off. Because last year I said I said that the Portland Trailblazers were very underrated. If you remember, I said like they have a whole bunch of guys who are like 6th, 7th guys, and there's like 10 of them, right? Shaden Sharp and Scoot Henderson is the result of all your tanking. I think those are 2 very good young players. No, they're not Luka. No, they're not, LeBron, but they're enough. Offensively, they are good enough to lead a very good defensive team. And this is what this team is, very good defensively. Yes, I think Denny Avdia is up there for Denny Avdia is, by the way, according to Vegas, Denny Avdia is the #1 odds-on favorite to win MIP. People really believe in this guy, and they should if they actually watched him. Now, I'm gonna guess you didn't watch a lot of. I'm gonna guess you didn't watch a lot of Portland Trailblazers last year. Denny can be good. It's not enough. Tumani is one of the best versatile defenders.
What about Scoot? Real talk.
Now that's the question. I'm with you, but now they have Drew Holiday.
The Blazers, y'all.
Man, Drew Holiday, y'all. You know how low y'all just was on Drew Holiday with the Celtics last year.
I've never been.
Maybe not true. Maybe not true. Real talk. I'm just saying in general. Y'all know how washed y'all was calling Drew Holiday last year.
I was.
How washed? Man, come on.
Nah,
man.
Drew always been one of my favorites.
Blazers. Yeah, I'm chill. I'm sure. Now I'm not gonna quote you on this, chill. I'm not saying you said this, but a lot of people were using the term you were using, saying Drew Holiday is a shell of himself last year. So y'all not gonna convince me that Drew is gonna come and carry this squad to whatever. And the talk Scoot Henderson.
He's going to be the 4th best player on the team.
Hey, Ox, the Blazers wouldn't even make. Hey, the Blazers wouldn't make the playoffs in the East.
Shaden Sharp. Let me do this. Shaden Sharp gonna be better than him. Shaden Sharp will be better than him. Donovan Kling will be better than him. And then Denny Avdia will be better than him. That's 3.
I'm higher on Scoot.
That's 3.
Kamara could be better than him too. Jeremy Grant could be better than him.
Look. To your point, Penn. I think they do have a lot of players that really good teams could pick from, and they could come and help their team. They have a lot of good 6-man level, really good, really good. What you call it? Your rotation pieces. But they got a lot of that. They don't have like. There's a lot of teams that they're going to be playing where, except for Denny, none of these dudes are even one of the 5 best players on the court.
Man, Shaden made it go off this year, bro. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Until he does that, I don't have no faith in this Blazers team.
Okay,
Do they have the
I'm talking about that gonna be better than the Lakers. Are you out of your mind?
Y'all not really.
I don't know who said that. I don't know who said that.
The Lakers' whole starting five is better than them, except for Denny.
What?
That's ridiculous.
That's
Except
not
for
true.
Denny.
Because
Respectfully.
except for who?
Except for Denny. Like I got big love.
So you're telling me DeAndre Ayton was their second best player last year?
DeAndre Ayton's not even better than Klingon.
He's not.
Oh man, you're lying.
For real.
No, I'm being
I think
genuine with you.
I
Like, I'm
think
not even
people-
trying to troll.
I
That's
think
not a
people
troll at
are-
all. Like,
you-
I don't
you-
even
you
think
might
that's
not
like
be
a wild
trying
thing for me to
I
say.
didn't say you
How
were trolling.
good-
I said you're
Okay,
lying.
swipe because
Well, I'm not. I think Klingon, but again, I was already here last year. I'm already on the Klingon train. Klingon was
So
good,
you were lying
really good.
last year.
And I think
How
the defensive
good-
anchor that he
Okay,
is
what?
matters a lot. That
Swipe
matters a
and
lot.
pin.
And
I see what you guys are trying to do.
Ron,
No, you guys are
Stay in
trying
the corner,
to
stay
play
in
the
the corner,
early
Ron.
game. So
Ron,
you can
I
say,
told you
oh,
on Twitter.
last year,
No.
last year I told you guys that the Blazers were going to be good.
I told you on Twitter.
Y'all not
Big
Mars.
big
Mars
trees
earlier
fall
right
harder than others. Big trees fall harder than others.
And
You
what
keep
about little
talking,
trees like you?
You keep talking, Ron. You're not even a tree. You a twig.
What about little trees?
I'm not talking to twigs. I
What
don't want to
about-
talk to twigs.
what about
I'm talking
chubby
to the
bushes?
oak tree. Stay in the sideline, twig. What I'm saying to you, Ox, is ain't no lie. Donovan Klingon is like that. I think he's gonna be really good. I'm excited to watch him. Hey, and that fruit bat up there, you keep quiet. I'll come
I
deal with you
can't wait
later.
to see him come off the bench. I swear I can't wait to see him come off the bench.
Bet the money. Bet the money. Bet $220 for
All-star
now.
break.
Bet
That
the
boy gonna
money.
be coming off the bench.
Bet the money, Ron. You got
Not
bread.
all-star break.
You got big pockets. You got big pockets. Bet the money. $200.
Let me.
Mars, I'm 100% confident that I said that.
I feel 100% confident in my bet.
You did, yeah.
Wait,
Trill
Ron,
said
don't
the
you owe me
Blazers will make the
$200?
playoffs next year.
And then all of a sudden now,
Probably.
anyway,
All I'm saying is the only teams I can see the Blazers being better than, obviously Utah, Sacramento, and the Suns.
Denver
And
was
you
not-
know what?
we better
You
than
know
the
what?
Blazers.
You know what? Just to leap over another argument, I'll give you the Pelicans too. Even though I think the Pelicans will be better, I'll say the Pelicans too. After that, they're not better than the Spurs. They're not better than the Mavericks. They're not better than the Warriors. They're not better than the Grizzlies. They're not better than the Wolves. They're not better than the Clippers,
Who
Nuggets,
disagrees?
Lakers, Rockets.
I don't really
or
disagree
Thunder.
with all this. That wasn't the point.
you don't have to be better, but
The
have a
conversation
better-
was they could be better regular season than the Lakers.
Yeah,
and
you
we
don't
said
have to
there
be a
it's a
better
path.
team.
The conversation that I'm telling you guys is they're not going to.
Ron,
Like
every-
at all. Like
every-
it's
every
not
year-
a chance in the world.
Ron, every
They
year
need
there's
someone
a
that
team.
can dribble.
Hang on,
I
guys.
mean, that's-
There
that's
is always a team that beats up on all the lower competition, but they always lose to like the top 3-4 teams. Last year, we
2008,
were saying,
2009 Cleveland Cavaliers.
right. So I think that the Portland Trail Blazers, because they have these two elements in such spades, depth and defense, I think these two things will allow them to annihilate all of their Eastern Conference games. I don't think there's a lot of teams in the East other than maybe the Knicks and the Cavs that can really deal with them. I do think
seven
I
Eastern teams better than them. Pin.
I don't think so.
Hey,
And
Raptors included.
I'm sorry. The size
got
that they
Brandon Ingram.
have, the size that they have, I'm gonna sidestep that one. The size that they have, and I think the thing that most people are forgetting is that Denny Avdia is a really damn good player. Like, I'm not
He's
saying
not
he's
better
an
than Brandon
all-star.
Ingram.
If you want to factor defense into this equation,
When we see
he
Danny
damn well better
Avdia's
be.
name on the All-Star roster this season,
He
I'm
could
going
be.
to be so
He really
happy.
could be. He also shoots 37%.
Because you
from three the last
got
2
to have
years.
voting. The fan vote. They're not voting for him too.
He's not more talented than
Oh,
Ingram,
yeah,
but he's more
for sure, yeah.
impactful than Ingram the last couple of years for sure. Like
Well, yeah.
I mean,
he was
Oh,
dealing.
no,
with
the fans aren't involved for the bench players on the All-Star team.
and it's just like
Okay.
who's scoring on a front court of Tamani Kamara, Denny Avdia, and Donovan Klingon? Like, I don't even want to think
be very
about trying to
difficult.
score against that. That's
It's gonna be
insane.
very
Niggas are finna be getting
With Drew
fried.
Holiday, with
They're
Drew Holiday
about
at
to
the
be
point-
getting
Oh, my-
fried.
They got the defense run. They do
They
got
got
the
defense, but what
Ron.
that got to do with LeBron James and Luka Doncic on the opposite wings? What are they gonna do to Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry?
Ron, all this yap. and you
What
ain't
are they
accepting
gonna
it.
do to Anthony
Why won't
Davis and
you
Kyrie
accept-
Irving?
Why won't you accept Swipe is better? And you
What are they gonna do when they go up against Jokic with Jamal Murray and Cam Johnson over there?
They're gonna.
What
get
are they
picked up
gonna do when
everybody
Kevin
else
Durant
does.
gets the ice on them with a
same
mid
thing
Thompson
the
getting
same thing
downhill?
they did
You
last
are
year
a-
when Denver came
you
to
are a
town and they beat
superstar
And get
merchant.
their ass beat.
You are.
That's what
You
it's
are a
gonna be.
Superstar merchant.
Denver
Okay.
came to town.
Yeah, you're right. In a league full of superstars, I'm a superstar merchant. You damn right. And they don't have one.
Ron,
And they don't
when
have
Ron
one.
comes up here in January,
You damn
I'm
right.
sorry, Penn, but when
Nah.
Ron comes up here in January or when we are at the All-Star break and the Trailblazers are around the 6, 7, 8 seed, when they are, I can't wait to see Ron's face. And Ron says, you know what? Maybe I was wrong about the Trailblazers.
I'm not taking Swiper. I'm not gonna take your bet on the Yang Hansen thing.
Wait to see
You're gonna be wrong about the Raptors too.
I'm not gonna take your bet on the Yang Hansen thing, but I will put $100 that the Blazers don't make the playoffs. And anybody who want to take that bet, you want to do that? Sure, you want to do that?
You're making a bet nobody made. You're making a bet nobody made.
Come on, no, I'm proposing a bet.
There's no proposal when no one agrees. Everybody said, yeah.
You don't have to agree. I'm putting it out there, and if you want to agree,
nobody thinks they're making the playoffs.
Chill, just agree with me.
No, chill. Hang on. As your again court-appointed lawyer, let me just make you a better deal here. I'm gonna make you a better deal because the Blazers are pegged to not make the playoffs. They're not even pegged to make the play-in right now per the odds makers. You got to give him odds.
They won't.
You got to give him odds for the playoffs. You got to give him at least 3-1 odds. At least 3-1 odds. So if they make the playoffs, you got to pay out 300.
Oh, so Shaden Sharp and School Henderson are so
bet.
great to carry this defensive team, but you got to give them 3-1 odds.
You do, because that's where the odds are.
Yeah.
So Chill doesn't get. Chill is obviously taking the
I need you to
less
stand on
likely
your nuts.
outcome.
You was talking about how many games they'll win more than the Lakers. You was talking about
how do you know that means that I didn't think that they were both going to make the playoffs?
You need to stand on your nuts.
Huh? I just know that Ron. I just know how Ron is, and I know how when Ron is standing on something like he is right now. I know how he is when he's standing on something right now. How he's dug in, and then I just know what his face looks like when he turns out to be wrong. And this stuff.
And you will never be paid. You won't be paid, Joe.
So Ron, what I'm going to say to you today, in August of 2025, I think the Trailblazers play their way into the playoffs. I think they're a play-in team, and I think they play their way into the playoffs next season. I think that's going to happen. I think they're going to be one of the best defensive teams in the game. I think Danny Avdia could very well be an all-star. I think that Donovan Kling is going to be one of the best rim protectors in the game. And I'm standing on this today. I think Scoot is anywhere between 15 and 17 a night and a 7 assist guy. I think that this team's going to be really good next year.
Chill.
And I think that those 36 wins that we had last season, I'm taking the over. I'm gonna go between 42 and 45 wins, and I think they play their way into the playoffs next year.
Chill. I want to make you 2 bets. One, that Donovan Klingon won't make the playoffs. We just shook on that for 100, right? Pin, you're not chill. We just shook on it for 100, right?
Yes.
What if he got traded to a team that makes the playoffs?
I also want to make you $100 bet that Donovan Mitchell won't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Chill, 42 wins doesn't get you to the playoffs in the West, though. Chill, 42
wins get you in the play-in tournament, though.
Not this year, though.
Hey, I heard Donovan Mitchell. I'm willing to make that bet too. Hey, double that joint up.
Sick, Jordan.
I heard that. Hey, double
You
it
know
up.
what? Which one of you guys want to join Sports Fluent and slandering the Raptors? I
want
take
that pizza.
Anybody. You want pizza? I ain't sending pizza to Oregon. I ain't sending pizza to where you are, Ox. No offense. I'll send pizza. I'll send pizza down the street to Fluent.
DoorDash is everywhere, Pin.
But Pin, I'm higher on the Raptors than most people, though. I think y'all gonna be.
Why would you take the
in the? Well, I just want pizza. That's all I said.
You want some of this too, Jordan?
But then you lose. You gotta send me pizza.
Ron, say it again. Say it again, Ron.
But I'm higher on the Raptors than.
Let me make sure I know what I'm putting my bread on.
Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers won't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Boy,
Jordan got them missing the play-in.
Yeah. Hey, 200 done.
That is wild.
200 done. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. I got you on the 200 done.
100%.
Yeah, I need 200.
100 from Ron, 100 from
No. 2. I'm willing. I said double it. I'm talking about 2.
Ron, you gonna pay for?
I'll take 100. I ain't going. I'm sticking with the bet. I'm gonna stick with the bet, and I say $100.
I bet I drop down to 100. That's easy bread. Ain't nothing to me. It's pocket change for that Donovan Mitchell joint. You know, nothing too crazy. I mean, you got to bet on something that a guy has never done in his career. I mean, why would that be hard to do? Like, no brainer.
All right, fellas, we got some super chats. The first one is from Alan L. Alan said, "Free Luka from the shackles of loyalty. That Serbia team is buns." Yeah, 2 things can be true: Serbia's buns and Free Luka.
Did he mean Slovenia?
He means Slovenia.
Russia.
But I mean, he was still cooking though.
Luka looks amazing though.
So is he
By
trying
the
to
way,
say that?
real
So is
talk.
he trying to say that
Finally,
Luka
real
should play
talk.
for
By the
You
way-
sound
Serbia?
like a Luka fan. You said
Luka
like a
look,
Luka
hey,
fan.
and boy out there, hey, he opening
Playing
up his
defense.
hips and meeting people back at the rim, blocking shots.
Nigga playing defense. I told
Believe what I
y'all.
saw.
I told y'all.
Somebody beat Luka off the dribble. Luka opened up, recovered, met him at the rim, and blocked the shot.
Oh, shit was so
I said,
beautiful.
"Oh my
Was he guarding a plumber or a
What am
fireman?
I
No,
watching?"
I told
couldn't
Penn, I've
believe
been
it.
trying to,
Early
that's
rounds have
why I've
been-
been so upset with
couldn't
Luka,
believe
because I told y'all he is capable of this. I told y'all if he start playing defense, he gonna be one of my favorite players
To
in the
be
league.
fair, yeah, he was good. He was good last
He
game.
had
Hey,
7
was really bad
stops
versus
last
Serbia.
game.
He was really bad versus Serbia.
Boy,
7
moving,
stops.
moving them pups. Boy, moving them pups.
Do you see how he quick, bro? He split pick and rolls again, bro. We finna be elite.
Yeah, but
this
he was
year.
also
Oh
really
my.
bad in the game previous though. Like
Oh
And it's
God,
like
we
Princess
don't care,
Diaries.
bro.
We can do
He
both of
is
these. We
the
can do both
prince
of
It's
these.
of
about how he
Genovia.
look and how he
Come
moving.
on,
I
boy,
don't
moving
care
his
about the
feet,
stats
boy.
right now.
No, I'm not talking. I'm
I
talking
don't
about how
care
he
about
was
the stats
moving
right now.
defensively versus Serbia. He did not look good. That's
I'm
not
Well,
bad. Like,
he
good
was
defense.
moving his feet
Luka
better than that
wasn't an
other
NBA
Serbian.
Is this how
athlete
low
last
the
year.
bar is for Luka?
Yes,
He's
Yeah, it
gotta
is.
move
It is.
his
Yes,
feet.
man.
It is. It
He's
is.
Yes.
moving
He
his
was
feet.
getting taken advantage of versus Serbia off the
No,
ball
look,
every
Swipe
possession.
it
Holy
is mad because
shit.
he better. He's
No,
a
there's
better
no
defender
angry.
than
There's
Jokic.
no angry.
He
There's
mad
no
because he a
angry.
Yeah,
better
no,
defender.
yeah,
than
he
Jokic.
mad.
He
Because
moving them
There's
pups.
no
He
anger.
moving
There's
them
no
pups.
anger.
No,
Like,
Ron,
he never
Again,
forgot
I
the
will
fucking
not. I will
pups.
not exist in these prisms.
No,
It's that we can
Ron,
talk about
Luka
Luka. He had a good defensive game and had a
And
horrible defensive
you
game
know
the game
now he's
before.
no longer in Dallas. If he performs like he did in 24,
I don't. What's that got to do with
Los
anything?
Angeles,
We're
oh,
talking
you
about
know
his
he get that
defense.
MVP.
So Ron,
You know he get
This has
MVP.
nothing to do with MVP. Again,
He a
we're
better- he a
talking
better
about
rim protector than
standalone
Jokic.
players.
He was blocking
He's
shots.
always going to be an elite offensive player, but the problem is that when he comes back into an NBA context,
Has Giannis
the
been
off-ball
top four
defense stuff
MVP
is still
voting
going to be an
in
issue.
3 years?
Real talk, you're just
All of
talking
your-
through
all
a
of your
point. Like
arguments don't
we're going to
make
see
sense.
the
What are you
same issues
talking
with
about?
Luka as we've
You
always
do
seen
care.
defensively.
Luka's
It's
a
not like
better
that.
rim
which is, by the way,
protector than
Ron,
Yeah, that's just-
Ron,
that's what
really
it
quick,
is.
really quick, Ron,
Yeah.
because Swiper just brought up a really interesting point. Swiper, over under 10 games before we start talking about Luka defense in a negative way. Over
I
under.
don't know. Like it's not going to be. It's not. But the thing is, the team isn't good defensively. So like, I'm not even going to blame him for it. Like
Him and Marcus Smart.
Marcus
finna be
Smart supposed
locked
to
this
save
year.
him from everything. Like you can't do that.
Him and Marcus Smart finna look like
Marcus
Drew
Smart
and
can
Ray
barely
John
save
back
himself
in
right
New
now.
Orleans.
Hey,
Yeah.
see, this is
Yeah.
the bullshit that I be talking. I'm sorry.
All right, chill. I'm seeing that kid moving them pups. Recovering.
Okay, so
you know,
while we
you know
stopping
how-
there, let's put Luka on the all defensive team this year. Let's do that.
No.
Okay,
No,
Luka,
no.
LeBron,
No,
Aiton,
no,
Austin
no.
Reeves.
Capable.
Oh
Ain't no
my
way in
He's
hell
a
you
God.
gonna do
hater.
that.
Nobody said that, bro.
Ain't no way
Wait,
in hell
but
you gonna do that.
if he out there with Marcus Smart and Vando, and Marcus Smart and Vando are doing their job and helping him, because you need help. Of course, he's gonna need help. He won't be on the All NBA team, but he's gonna look like an actual defender. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I have a
I
question.
don't think he'll ever be a lockdown guy. But I told y'all before.
Just
I think
said him
he's
and Marcus Smart
capable.
gonna be locking shit down.
No,
Just
I
said
have
it.
a question. I have a
him
question
and
for
Marcus
Mars.
Smart. I don't
Is
think he's
DeAndre
ever
Ayton
gonna
a
be
good
like a
But will he
one-on-one
be able to
picker.
recover like Kawhi Leonard?
No, he won't be able to recover. He didn't. That's what I'm telling you. No.
Why not?
No.
We
He looked
watching
like
it.
it.
Because
He
we
looked like
just
it the
saw
other
him
day. He
2
got beat
games
off the
ago
dribble and
versus
recovered.
higher competition, and they got taken advantage of. So I'm saying that like there's Luka will have moments where he does really
He
good
don't
because
got
he's
no
a good
defenders
positional
with him,
defender,
Swiper.
and then when he has to make the rotation to play off ball, he'll be bad. That's what he is, but that he will consistently be that. But
That's
that's
what
okay.
he
That's
was.
Luka.
That's what he was.
He did it
Stop-
2 days.
stop-
He did it. Ox, he
That's
did
what
it
he
4 days
was.
ago. 4 days ago. That's
That's-
what happened. 4 days.
talking about
On Monday.
I'm
So-
talking
so
about
on
in the
Monday.
NBA
Yeah,
with Marcus
literally
Smart
4
and
days ago.
Vando.
We just saw it. Yes.
Yeah, but you know, you was watching
can't
Serbia.
wait
You
to
got
go
a
10
bias to your
games.
home country of Serbia.
10
So you
games.
obviously
No, there's
wasn't
no
looking at
bias.
it
You're just
the way
talking
he
into a
was.
mic fruit bat. I'm just talking about what he's done
You-
so far in
I don't know what
Eurobasket.
you
That's
looking
all
at,
I'm talking
though,
about.
Swiper.
I'm talking about Eurobasket. Giannis now, real talk, we're talking about somebody that looks like really good defensively. Giannis looks great.
Giannis
But
is amazing.
And on top of
He's
that,
Giannis
real
top
talk,
Super Bowl.
because real talk, I can appreciate your logical Luka. Have we not seen Luka get in the stance and play some defense
For
at
sure.
points in Dallas?
Yeah, we have.
Have we not
Yeah,
seen that real
point.
talk?
Mhm.
But it's interesting that it's interesting that he with the Lakers and he in the stance now, and you see what he's doing, and you see what he's about to look like this coming season. Even though I've seen Luka beat guys to spots when he was in Dallas, but you know what I've also seen? I've seen the ball go right by Luka's head. I've seen the ball go right by Luka's face. I've seen guys go right by Luka. Swiper, I'm going 10 games. 10 games.
Chill.
I'm
No,
going
but chill.
under.
That's
I'm going
the
under.
thing, though, chill. Because you do that with franchises. You do that with teams all the time. Like you can't hold a franchise in 2025, responsible and accountable for what that franchise was doing in 2020. It's a whole new thing. Luka Doncic got disrespected in the public. Now, I'm not talking about with the trade because Anthony Davis is a great player. Sure. I don't think that trade was as lopsided as y'all say it is. But the way that they talked about him, the things they said about Luka Doncic and the way he was being disrespected in the media was a motivator. We all know what it feels like to face adversity, to be humbled, and have to go put in work. That's what Luka Doncic did. Luka Doncic was in Dallas on that sideline crying. I felt bad when I was watching that. He felt that, and now they gotta pay for it. Like I think y'all are really sleep on the motivation of being disrespected like that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe y'all never been disrespected like that, or just never been looked down on, or felt like somebody was playing you cheap. Luka lost weight. He didn't touch a ball for a whole month. Getting in shape. That is serious.
He ain't touch a donut for a whole month.
That is most serious. Yes, Prada. I did call Luka fat, but I can't call a skinny dude fat. I'm not saying that today. I said that back when he gained all that weight. Y'all can't. I'm not standing on no same hill. If that hill, y'all ever seen like a landslide? If that hill starts to slip, I'm getting up out of there. You know what I'm saying? I feel the ground. I'm from California. I feel the ground shake. I know what to do. Mm-hmm. So look, Luka Doncic's not playing with y'all. Y'all can say, "Oh, didn't you say this? Did you say that?" Yeah, I said that, and now I'm saying this. Y'all better stop playing with Luka.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Luka FC, we up.
We up.
What?
Crazy.
We up.
What?
I've lived to see real talk between Steph Curry and
got it.
What?
He cooking. He Luke FC now.
And by the way, Ron.
Hey,
this
welcome.
Grenade throw.
Welcome.
By the way, Ron, don't leave that out, Ron.
See, real talk. Welcome to the
Ron, this is crazy right now, Ron. This is the grenade throw. Don't leave. Don't.
I don't expect loyalty from Seattle and Sacramento men. So I mean, whatever they want to do, like it's just whatever.
You know what you can expect from Sacramento, Swiper? Yeah, it's a family show.
All I know, Ron, is this is the grenade thrower who was fat, who was out of shape, who shot the basketball. Okay, this is okay.
Yes, that happened, Chill, but now it's different now.
Okay,
I think I Chill. I mean, you was the main one. New information.
John D. co-signing it.
Now they're going to
the point of an FC is to grow and change minds. And that's
fanaticism is the point of an FC.
Welcome, Ox. Welcome.
Thank you, my brother.
Welcome.
What is this, Swiper?
Eventually, we'll get Jordan back as well, because Jordan loves Luka just in black form, aka James Harden. But then all of a sudden, he doesn't like Luka. So
real talk. What would it take to get you to like Steph Curry?
You said what?
What would it take to get you to like Steph Curry?
Me?
Yeah.
I like Steph Curry.
You're a Steph hater. Yeah. You a hater.
Are you a Steph Curry hater?
I have Steph 9th all time. What are we
okay, but you should have him 7th. So you a hater.
So you have him higher than me all time, but we're always having debates about him. And let's move on.
You didn't have Steph 8th?
No, I had him 9th. I said I had him 9th.
Oh, so you're low on current Steph.
Yeah, I'm talking about right now. Steph.
Yeah. But
is right now Steph better? Is right now Steph better than Magic Johnson?
Oh Lord have mercy.
I'm out.
That is crazy.
I'm just asking him.
That is
no.
Why everyone leaving?
No.
Damn. Oh, real talk. Don't answer the question, I guess.
I said I said Magic got it, bro. I said Magic got it.
Everyone's so left. So
I said Magic got it.
Y'all know Luka's been skinny before, right?
Yes.
Y'all know that, right?
Yeah,
You've seen that. We've all seen this before. This is like the Ben Simmons shit all over again.
Yeah, but he's
he ain't never been motivated like this before.
Better now. So
Ox, I do think there's some truth to what you're saying about the disrespect. I do think that there's some truth to that. I do. Just as a competitor.
Before.
Just as a competitor.
Did you see that clip I was talking about a couple weeks ago when he was up there. I think it was Good Morning America, and he was explaining how he didn't play basketball for a whole month. He was playing other sports, getting in shape, and he was like, I mean, I'm not going to forget how to play basketball, so it was okay. I just worked out, got stronger, got more fit, more flexible, all that type of stuff, right? And then the dude made the little joke about like the Olympic thing. You could the way Luka looked at that dude. If I was him, I'd have called security like, you know what I'm saying? Then Luka looked at him like, bro, don't play with me.
Wait,
right
Poland
now.
and Poland won that game versus Slovenia, didn't they?
Yeah,
we all understand that Slovenia is not very good. We recognize that.
Poland though,
they'd be better. They'd be better if they had Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Shout out Jordan Lloyd.
Jordan
know about Jordan Lloyd.
Do you, Jordan?
Yeah,
I actually know about Jordan Lloyd.
Yeah, I actually do.
Interesting. Jordan Lloyd, one of them ones over there.
He used to play in the NBA too. He used to play with the Raptors, right?
Jordan Lloyd?
Did he play for the Raptors?
I don't think so.
He played for somebody.
Shows how much you pay attention to your team.
I think he did play for the Raptors.
Well, anyways, while we getting down to the bottom of that, Druig sent through a super chat and said if Jamal didn't miss
he played 12 games. My bad.
There you go. I know what you
And what year? And what year?
In 2019.
No, I got my ball knowledge up. Come on now.
Druig sent through $6 and it's a weird amount of money, but Druig said if Jamal didn't miss two playoffs during Jokic's back-to-back MVP peak equals Jokic 2 to 3 rings by now in a non-super team and a top 5 to 8 player all time. Ring culture L.
I think they win 22. We had this argument before because if they had Porter and Murray, I think they win in 22. But that's probably 21. No, they wouldn't have had the horses to beat the Suns that year. Remember? Yeah, I mean, people got to remember, like, the Western conference wasn't great that year. And then I don't think the Warriors were all that good either. They just didn't have any answers for anything else. AG was not yet that version of AG yet, but he took a step up that next season when he got really good. But, yeah, absolutely. I think Jamal and Michael Porter were there. I think that would have been a different season.
Yeah, but Swipe, the whole Western Conference was dealing with injuries those two seasons. So
Ja got hurt
if
game
we're
3.
going to give him Jamal, we have to give these other teams.
No.
Well, Ja Morant did get hurt game 3. Who else was hurt in the West that year? The Warriors were healthy for the most part.
Healthy Clippers.
Who?
The healthy Clippers, probably. I think weren't they both hurt? Kawhi and PG.
Well, PG had COVID, but they didn't make the playoff. Didn't PG get COVID right before the playing game?
That was the year I think
the Pat Bev moment.
That was where I think the Clippers and the Lakers made the playoffs that same year.
Yeah. But that the Mavericks missed the playoffs that year too. That's the year they got caught.
No, they missed it in 23.
Oh no, the next year. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
If the Nets are healthy,
Matter of fact, 22 is the year they got to the Western Conference Finals. I want to say
they did. Yeah, that's why I got the year mixed up. Yeah,
that was a Sun series. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's when Luka.
Andre Wiggins almost got Andrew Wiggins almost got some love for conference MVP too. But he dunked on Luka. What was that game? Was that game 3 or something like that when Wiggins did that? He drove by somebody, and then
I know.
Like he got hit in the head. And was like,
Which he didn't.
I can't remember what game it was.
He didn't touch him.
Yeah, he didn't touch him.
Y'all be sure to go vote on the new poll that I just put up. I would love to hear how you guys feel about what's going on during these last couple minutes on the panel. All right, the next super chat we got is from Young Lord. Young Lord said, gotta ask, since the whole panel is on, which one of LeBron's finals losses best improves his legacy if he wins?
2007.
18.
07 for sure. 07 makes him the
if he wins 18, he's considered the best player of all time by like.
18 is crazy too.
I forgot about 18.
A winning 07.
So bad.
But the thing is, if he wins 07, he wouldn't even need to play until 2018 to be the GOAT.
Like, I feel like people don't respect his version of the character.
Taking that Cavs team that he had in 07 to a championship against what is potentially a dynasty at that age. So he would have gotten it younger than Jordan, right? He would have been the first option, which puts him above Kobe, which, I mean, he's already above Kobe, but whatever. So when I see it that way,
just random hate. Just
It's not hate. It's a fact. Okay.
Oh, was
Like
LeBron
you are wearing a hat. That is a fact. It's not hating on you. LeBron is ahead of most people.
All of this is actually factually subjective, actually. But I mean, go ahead.
I mean, it's widely considered to be LeBron's a
no, but I'm
top
saying
three
if you want to
player,
talk
and
facts,
Kobe
this
is
is
not.
actually subjective. But go ahead.
Okay, cool. So I'm saying if he wins with that 07 team, he does it earlier and he does it with the weakest team that he ever had. So I think that definitely puts him into Michael Jordan conversations. They might have he wins that 07, he has 5 rings. That puts him on par with Jordan, in my opinion.
You know what they're saying about that 2018 team? If he won with that team against the people that say that's the best team of all time, that would probably been the most impressive finals game run you ever seen in your life.
Yeah, but he had a lot of help.
Compared to 07? 07, he had a lot more help than 18. I don't think that's an argument.
It depends on how you define help.
There's nobody
Like,
on that
if you're
07
talking
team
about the name value.
18.
The
Nobody.
name value in 2018 was
That's just not
higher,
true.
but the production was in 07 was.
Who on that 18 team was better than Kevin Love on 07? Who?
That's what I'm saying.
Big Z, Drew Gooden.
No, I think that defense in 07 was better than what 18 was giving up.
Yeah, and the rebound.
Gooden was getting some rebounds in them finals, man. Let's put some respect on Drew Gooden, please. Thank you.
Now, if he wins 11, then that means Miami 3-peats. Does
Yeah,
that matter
but
no.
Are we
because people are going to discount that 3-peat anyway.
Are we just assuming that these teams win, or are we assuming LeBron like plays different?
Oh, so you're saying like if he doesn't quit in 07 and they win that?
Yeah, because in 07, if the Cavs win that series and LeBron still plays like the trash he did, what does that do?
Or if they win 11 and D-Wade.
And if they win 11 and D-Wade's still the finals MVP because LeBron played trash, what does that do for him?
I mean,
2018, he played great in the series and he would have overcome the greatest team of all time.
Yeah.
With a team that many people think shouldn't even been in the finals. How is that not easily the answer?
The GOAT thing always comes down to subjectivity and expectations. So again, in 2016, people revere that as LeBron's most impressive ring because he wasn't supposed to win. So I'm saying in 07, if you win, that's even more of an underdog. Yeah, I understand that. But here's the thing, Mars, and there's the thing that I don't think you're properly considering. If he does what he does in 16, and then he does it again in 18 to the same team, I actually think that becomes more of an indictment of the Warriors.
It's not the same. It's the team that got Kevin Durant.
So I was about to and follow me, Mars, because Mars likes to use his think box. You too, Penn. So you guys said 16. You guys said 18. You guys said 07.
You gonna say 15?
What happens if they beat that team in 17? Because they specifically got Kevin Durant
back to back
for James.
Yeah, but the difference is that team has Kyrie though. So like I thought about that. Like, but because you still have Kyrie, it still boosts the legacy. I would argue 17 is still bigger than 07 just because it's the 17 Warriors.
Sure.
But 18, the run that he went through to get to the finals, everyone remembered. Roto said it was the clutchest player front ever. Then with his undermanned team against that Steph,
nobody had to beat him.
KD, Draymond, beating that team with the lack of help and how well he played in the series, that's better than 2016.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that either one of those three make him the undisputed GOAT.
I'm not gonna lie.
He ain't
if
never
they
been
had
lost
just won that game one, like how AI won the game one, I would be stamping that as the greatest playoff run by a player ever. But he just got swept.
I think it changed the series too, real talk.
You notice how we never have these conversations about Michael Jordan? Because he won all the rings he was supposed to win. That's why.
Oh yeah, because he never went up against Steph, Clay, KD, and Draymond on the same.
Why does every LeBron talk about Michael Jordan? Yo, I'm so confused with that one.
I can appreciate your logic, Mars, about having. I can appreciate your logic about having both Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving, but I feel like with that team, and you've said this to me countless times, to add Kevin Durant to that team, to add that weapon to that team, and to still lose, and not like later on, like we've been together for a couple of years, but to add that weapon to that team specifically because you lost the season before, and the way James played in those NBA Finals, Kyrie Irving was great. I'm not going to argue that point. I think Kyrie Irving was fantastic, and he definitely exploited Steph Curry at that point. But to add Kevin Durant to push you over the hump, and for James and that Cavs team to win the NBA championship after you added that weapon, I think it demoralizes them, and I think that we talk way different about James than we did.
I think the excuse would be, oh, he got on a new team and they're not used to playing together type thing compared to a team they had.
We can't do that, and the reason why we can't do that is because.
But they do that a lot. They did that a lot.
Here's the difference, though. The reason why we can't do that is because we didn't do that in 2011. So would that be the biggest choke job?
Yeah,
But in
2011, that was one of the reasons why, like 2011, like why they lost.
I think it was one of the reasons
we had to figure it out
because they couldn't. But then, like LeBron played trash. But then it's also LeBron D-Wade. They know how to play without the ball into his hands. That was a very big problem as well.
Would getting together. Go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry. We got to move on.
All right. As much as I would love to talk about LeBron for the next 3 hours, unfortunately, we don't have 3 more hours.
No, we don't.
But Yaya Jallo said swipe. And whoever else watches NFS here, what do you think about Caleb Williams? Do you think he's gonna be a star in the NIL still? And Mars, soccer or basketball?
I prefer watching basketball.
What is NFS?
I think Caleb Williams will still be really good. I think that all six quarterbacks from
Does he mean
2020
NFL.
Yeah, I think all 6 quarterbacks in 2024 in the draft are going to be good multi-year starters, which we've never had. We've never had 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round in the history of the NFL, and the odds of you hitting on all 6 are very low. But Caleb was good for rookie standards. Drake May was good for rookie standards. Jaden was really good, best rookie season possibly ever. And then you have JJ McCarthy, and then you have Bo Nix.
JJ McCarthy is going to be really damn good.
And then you have Michael
Who
Penix.
else is
All
there?
of them, huh?
You hadn't said Michael Penix yet, and I was trying to remember who the other one was. But
Michael Penix went 8 overall to the Falcons. Then McCarthy, I think, is going to be really good with KLC and all that stuff as well. So they're going to be loaded. He has Adam Thielen, Aaron Jones.
What team is he on?
Jordan Mason.
Swiper? The other guy you just said, because I don't know him. McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy got drafted to Minnesota Vikings last year. He was supposed to start. But he had a full season injury, and then Sam Darnold took over, had 34 passing touchdowns, and then he got traded to the Seattle Seahawks. And then now JJ's taking over with, like I said, Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason in his running back, 50-50 split. You're going to have TJ Hawkinson, Adam Thielen is number 3, Jordan Addison number 2 from USC, and then have maybe the best wide receiver in the game in
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah,
2 weeks from Sunday, Ron.
Justin Jefferson.
Bring
Is he dope though? McCarthy. He's nice.
He was good in college.
2 weeks,
so we'll see.
It's a week from Sunday.
Do we open up next weekend?
Hey, what bet are you making, Ron? Are you still making NFL bets?
Yeah. What you want to do?
Do you think Seahawks have better record than the Broncos?
Yes, I do, Swiper.
What do you want to bet? Would you bet the 200 on that?
We could bet 100.
I want to bet. You got money. Do 200.
And chill. We could bet 100 on week 1 too.
I think Seattle gonna be garbage this year.
So wait, you said you only go 200.
And Mars, we could bet 100 on the Alabama Crimson side, not winning the SEC.
I didn't know that was a conversation.
I don't understand why he's zeroing me. So you'll only go 200.
I said yes.
So official, we have a bet for $100 for record. $100.
What's the bet? What's the bet?
Who has a better record between the Broncos
Seattle
and
and
Denver?
That's a bad bet.
I got the Raiders winning that division, Swiper.
Hell no.
Yep. Shouts.
But all right, y'all. Void Century said, "I refuse to let Ox try to switch his narrative on Luka. You the biggest Luka hater. You would say some of the nastiest shit about that man. We won't forget.
Don't forget. Don't forget.
So you just can't change on. You can't
never look. Don't ever forget. Don't ever forget anything I ever said about Luka. I want y'all to know I meant every single word. Okay, every single thing I ever said about Luka Doncic, I meant it.
Y'all worry about the past too
People are
much.
allowed to change their opinions.
When you gonna change your future? Real talk. You the biggest hater up here. For sure.
Biggest hater of who?
You know who?
Jokic.
Have you seen your Twitter profile?
Sure you do.
Jokic needs a little hate because he's overhyped like crazy.
Exactly. See, that right there.
Even though
Ox don't think he's a top 3 player in the sport. Like you hear what he says?
See?
No, Jason Tatum hurt. Jason Tatum and Joel Embiid are hurt though, Swiper. So like
I said, quick Ox. Al Horford or Nikola Jokic?
Today I got Jokic.
I mean, all peak. See? Yeah, see?
What'd you say, Jordan?
Well, wait. What I'm saying is, Pin. Wait. Pin, real quick. I seen Al Horford lock Giannis. I seen Al Horford lock Joel.
You've never seen him touch Jokic, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I've seen Scotty
Well,
Barnes.
I
do
ain't
both
never
those things, too.
seen Jokic guard nobody. That's what I'm
You
getting.
have.
at.
You actually have. You've seen the NBA
No, I
Finals before.
haven't. Not once.
Okay. Your eyes were closed. Do you remember you hadn't gotten laser surgery yet?
Jokic can't guard you.
But you realize that's what I'm saying. That's pure hate.
Maybe
by
Swiper Hawks,
your defense before. That's what I'm saying.
Jokic,
not really.
I think Yoke would beat
That's what I'm saying,
Swipe.
bro.
I think
Again,
Yoke would beat
I also want to. I want
Swipe.
to be on record. The two people that I call blind raging fruit bats that had LeBron at 5 and 7 are the biggest Jokic haters on the platform, other than Real Talk, who's in another dimension. I don't care.
I'm not a
that
Jokic
these.
hater, though.
I know. That's why I didn't say you in this. That's why put you back on screen, Ron and Ox. That's why the two fruit bats. I do not care about how you feel. Could any of you senseless fruit bats have LeBron outside your top 3? Your opinion means nothing to me anymore. I no longer respect you and your apparently your circle friend, Real Talk, as basketball minds anymore. But shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Chris Webber better than Jokic too. So is whoever else Ron has on that agenda train.
I gotta tell you now, Swap. I'm so disappointed and upset that you don't take my basketball take serious. I might actually shed a tear.
Be True 23 said James Harden from 10/30 from October 30th 2019 to November 30th 2019 was 41 points per game, 8 assists per game, 7 rebounds per game on 66 true shooting percentage.
Crazy player.
2019-2020 Harden was ridiculous.
Awesome. Crazy player. That was a great time.
Mm-hmm. I also saw Jokic get locked by a 6'3" dude, but we'll keep moving.
He's 6'5".
You see, that's what I'm saying. Like I can,
he's little. 6'5" is little.
Who was Harden defending in
6'5", 6'3", same thing. He's little.
Yeah, but it's a giant to me. So
he's just talking about. He's just talking about Harden.
Because you're miniature.
We wasn't talking about. We wasn't talking about James Harden as a defender. He's just talking about his
production.
That's for you.
Don't let no man call you
pipsqueak. You're a pipsqueak. Of course, that's.
I saw. Wait, hold on. Wait. Hold on. I saw my own 2 eyes in person. Gifted Cookox in transition.
I saw it with all due respect. Chill. I mean this with all due respect. Of course, you know that.
No. I know.
I seen a 50-year-old man jump in the air and hit you with a.
Yeah, up in the air. That's better than Gifted. At least he's a real athlete.
He was up in the air. You couldn't even get off
Gifted. Respectfully, and I mean this with all due respect.
You can't just say
I do. But hold on. But Real Talk. You seen Futurama?
Stop.
No, you remember that was who scored on him. That was who scored on him.
No, that's a fact.
That's who scored on him.
No, I don't deny the charges. I'm down for that. I respect Gifted and all that. All I'm saying though is if you know that machine where you spread and open your legs on, if you would get off of that trying to be an IG baddie, maybe you could jump.
Maybe if you wait, hold on. How about this?
You couldn't get in there.
Hey, Ron. Maybe if you put real plate. If you put real weight on the plates instead of 185, you might be a baddie. Instead of being the Grinch that stole Christmas. Instead of being the Grinch that stole Christmas.
You got long arms,
yo.
There's plenty of people long. I got a 6'6" wingspan. They ain't stopping me.
That's little.
I'm manning up. I'm manning up. You have a negative wingspan. That's why you have a negative wingspan. We know this about you, Ox. You have a negative wingspan. Now, Jordan don't like that. What do you mean negative wingspan? Your wingspan is your wingspan. A negative wingspan is when your arms are shorter than how tall you are.
That's not that bad.
That's what I'm saying, Ron. Here we go, Ron.
What about the wingspan?
I'm 6'8". I'm 6'8" with a 7'4" wingspan. So you
6'9" actually.
Rich
guess what? That's not what it felt like when J-Rod put you on the wall. That's not what it felt like then.
You weren't even there. See, I hate when people talk about shit they don't know about.
Ridgematic sent through a members chat and said KD could go out and call his shot like Bird. Shut the F up.
Bro, in a 3-point contest, we don't care, bro. We don't care.
Oh, that's crazy.
KD's a better shooter than Larry Bird. Sorry.
Tyrone Flawless Wiggins sent through a members chat and said Magic wouldn't be a better scorer than Luka even if Luka got his right arm amputated.
That's crazy.
No, that's crazy.
That is wild.
Now, if he would have said the left arm,
no.
Luka do be making crazy ass one arm shots though.
Yeah, his shoot is right.
Yeah, he made one. He made one the other day.
Yeah, I seen it.
I think Magic's scoring is just so underrated.
No,
Yeah, I
it's not.
agree.
For the
Magic
love
is a
of
great
God.
scorer.
No, you know what? Actually, real
It's
talk,
not
Luka might have the most.
It's not Luka.
He might
It's
have the
not
most demoralizing
Oh, yeah,
great
Luka's
shots
better.
he
You know
make,
what?
because
I think
when Luka makes those shots, he does that little nonsense where he's like, you know, hey, like you should have gave me a foul, like if you don't get down the court, bro.
between Jokic, between Bird, sorry, not Bird, Magic, Jokic, and Bill Russell, I'm realizing people don't respect basketball IQ. I'm realizing people do not respect people who have forward vision when it comes to defense and offense. I'm realizing people just do not study the game well enough to see what these guys are doing out there, and they just look at the box score after, and be like, oh, well, he had 14 points and 8 rebounds. Jason Kidd wasn't that respected either. Tyrese Halliburton not that respected either. But these guys are moving mountains. Jason Kidd with the early Nets, he wasn't scoring in the paint and he couldn't shoot, so people called him Ace and Kidd, right? But the Nets were scoring 10 points per 100 possessions more with him on the court in the paint because everybody else was eating. Right, it's the same thing with Steve Nash. It's just people do not respect high basketball IQ players. They respect a lot of tween, hot sauce, dribble. They respect big box score numbers. They do not respect basketball IQ, and I think that's why y'all disrespect Scottie.
Ben, who's the better
We
scorer?
need to talk about Al Horford too.
Wait. Amir. Ben, who's the better scorer? Luka and Magic.
I will answer this by saying who is more instrumental for their team scoring, and I will say
no. There's no way.
Brother,
There's no way.
Come
on, I agree with you, brother. I agree.
Okay.
I agree,
Who's a
man.
scorer of the basketball?
Cook them.
Magic or Luka?
Real talk. I'll say this. Real talk. I will say this. I think the conversation is louder if he played today. I think it's Luka. I think it's Luka, but I think the conversation, if Magic played today, will be louder.
You're right.
That's fair enough.
Why? But why?
I've ran down why I think Magic was
area
of
the court does Magic Johnson score better than
later?
Love y'all.
All right, bro.
Is he a better mid-range shooter, Chill?
I'm 100 ready.
Is he a better mid-range shooter?
I never got to answer my question.
He is better in transition. He is better in the paint. He is faster, and quite frankly, he's just. I think Luke is a great passer. I think Magic is better than him at that.
By far.
I've said nothing about the conversation.
And also the off-ball stuff. Magic is a better off-ball player.
I'm not talking about anything else besides them scoring.
Just getting buckets.
So why you keep bringing everything else up? Talking about them as a scorer.
And today,
you know why, real talk.
And he just want to disagree to disagree.
And in today's game, I think his shots would look different. I think he'd be getting different shots, which is why we talk about guys in terms of their ability to get buckets, because of the way the game is today. And I think Magic in today's game, his shot die would look a lot different than what it looked like in 1987 than what it would look like in 2025.
Yeah.
Way different.
And especially the rules have changed, the game has changed, a lot of things have changed, right? Magic was a very dynamic ball handler. I think he was a great ball handler. He had great ball control. He had great rhythm. He had great pacing to how he orchestrated an offense. He was seeing plays 2-3 steps ahead. There's a lot of players we've seen be successful with the Magic archetype. Now, just because he doesn't do the stuff that Luka does doesn't mean anything to me, because the thing is that Magic is a winner. And I know that sounds very preachy and maybe romantic with certain people, but it's like, to me, it's like this dude is a hyper competitor and he's going to do what it takes to win. And if what you're telling him is he got to become a 3-point shooter to win, well, guess what? We saw Jason Kidd do it. We saw Jason Kidd become a much better 3-point shooter. I say winners. Hang on. Yeah, I'm not talking.
You're just saying words right now.
Real yap.
Can we move on, bro? You're just talking.
So what I'm saying?
Dead ass just talking.
Great,
you're just moving your mouth and words are coming out just for the sake of it. Can we move on to something else?
So what I'm saying is great players find a way. Great players find a way. If you want to win,
okay, no, you're right.
You
don't want to just answer
the pudgy superstar that just lost weight. Yeah, that's an example.
He's trying to get his shit off.
Okay, Michael Jordan getting stronger and stronger to beat the Detroit Pistons. That's an example. So I think if you tell Magic Johnson, hey, you born 25 years later, you got to shoot the basketball at a high volume to win basketball games, or your team's going to lose.
And he would have been juggling on niggas like LeBron. If that was what it took, you just would have did that too.
Well,
then if he was, if he wanted to just dominate the paint like Shaq,
acting like a one-armed Luka, would be better scorer than Magic Johnson is
Bro, it
insane
was
disrespect. But
obviously
you know
a
what?
joke.
I think the
Oh
way that
my
people talk about
God,
winners
bro.
tells you a lot
Do
about
you
them. And the
wake
way you
up
talk
this
about Magic
miserable
Johnson
every
tells me a
day?
lot about
Bro,
you,
what are
real
you
yap.
talking about? Brother, it was
Real
a
Yap is
joke, bro.
hilarious.
It was a joke.
I
It was a
kind of
joke.
like that.
It's a
Yo,
joke.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't believe that this conversation has gone this far, and I respect Magic just as much as everybody up here. But come the fuck on.
Yeah, we don't need to
Okay.
defend him.
God damn.
Please.
Yo,
With that
Someone
being said,
scored
with that being said,
72 points in the NBA.
wait, with
Are we
that
done?
being said though, Ron, I do agree with some of the points that Chill made earlier about Magic taking advantage of dudes in this game with the open spacing and mismatch hunting.
Oh, yeah.
I think it will mismatch hunts big guys and small guys. With that being said, Luka Doncic is clearly a better scorer than
Come
Magic
on,
Johnson.
dog.
How much do you
Yeah,
think
for sure.
Magic averaging today? Like what? Like 25?
Hey,
26?
but real quick though, Jordan, I wanted to say this. I don't know if you know Mr. Moss, Mr. Mass. I don't know if you know him. He be over there with like on he got his own platform, but he be over there with like Lamont and Ticket and them dudes and stuff, right? So I'm out. I was out yesterday. I ran into him, and he wanted you to know that he 100% agrees with you on LeBron James quitting in 07.
Hey, I don't know him. I don't know him, but it sounds like we need to be friends.
He's actually a huge Rockets fan too. So
I've seen a lot
What's
of
his name?
videos
Oh,
from like smaller
I know
content
who-
creators
His
popping
name's
up.
Mr. Massa.
Yo,
I don't
Jordan,
know who that is.
Yeah,
Jordan,
it's
Jordan,
Mr.
Mass.
Jordan,
Oh,
you
Mr.
happy to know
Massa.
Mr.
a
Mass.
lot-
You had to send me his. You had to send me his shit. I don't know who that is.
Jordan, you
Yeah,
be
no
happy
doubt,
to
no
know
doubt.
I've seen a lot of small content creators making videos about you. A lot of small content creators, like 200, 300 subs, and I'll be like, they be pulling up you. They're watching you on the big screen. They're like, this guy's cooking. Finally, LeBron in the 07 playoffs, he's getting exposed. And then they fast forward over what I had to say, but that's okay. They just talk.
Oh, it's true.
It's
I don't
all
know
good.
who that is. I don't
No
never
one
see it.
talked about it before.
You know
Oh,
what's so
no.
crazy? Sometimes I'll be on Twitter or like YouTube, and I'll see somebody make a video of me, and I'll be like, I would be a fool to give somebody some pub that got 15K subs. So I mean not 15K, just 15 subs. So I don't even say nothing. Like sometimes I see the shit and I don't even say nothing. I be in disbelief though. Like
me too, Jordan. But I'm changing my
like-
ways this weekend.
Nah,
Drop a video about me this weekend, and I'm responding to every single one.
Nah. It's Labor Day weekend, Ron. We
Exactly.
gotta take the
I
weekend
got time.
Oh, okay.
Nah,
I got
you know
time. Put your
who just
labor in.
you know who just asked me about you?
Ooh.
Nobody.
That is
Nobody.
wild.
They be making
Nobody.
videos about Jordan, but just come on, bro. You think that making videos about you, Ron?
That is wild.
I shut that shit down last year. They
Ron,
ain't playing about you. They ain't playing about
you
Ron.
about to go into your Luka bag. You motivated now? You've been disrespected enough?
Who, me or Ron?
No, Ron, because you just got disrespected. Are you
Hey,
on your Luka game now?
I don't need disrespect to motivate me.
I need Ron to go into that trade bag because
All right, chill.
that's
All
why.
right.
Chili dog.
But anyways, we got another super chat from Druid Trading or members chat. Druid said Şengün better than Sabonis. Why or in?
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
No.
Why in?
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
Anybody taking a why?
Oh wow.
Real talk taking a why? Anybody
I'm
else
taking a
a
wide too.
Yeah.
Me
Mm,
too. I'm
why
taking a
not?
wide too. I'm taking a wide
Why
too.
not?
I got Şengün over Sabonis easy. I got Şengün over DeMontis and Arvydas together.
Damn.
Oh, dude, combined?
He's joking.
That's crazy.
No, he's not. Big
Why
Ox
would
is
I
a
play
changed
like-
man
why-
now.
Why would I play like that? I
Look
don't
at him.
troll.
There you go.
You think Şengün is better than Arvydas Sabonis?
Yes, at his best. I'm talking about 92 Arvydas. It's been going clear. Let's
All
not
right.
talk about this bum DeMontis. Like,
Steven sent through a members chat and said, Swiper, please take that bet. The Broncos. The Broncos are about to get mopped up week 1. Oh, no. They play the Titans, right?
We about to beat the shit out the Broncos.
Oh,
I
never
don't
mind.
know
They're going to
why
be
you
1-0
playing.
after week 1.
We
But
about to beat their ass.
and if they do, I'm telling you, I might take that money by week 8. Telling y'all, all right.
Bruh, please. Y'all sleeping on the Titans, bro. I'm just letting y'all know. And I like being slept on. We were slept on like that in like 2019 when we went to the AFC Championship.
Yeah, y'all ain't talking about nothing.
2018.
Y'all ain't talking about nothing.
Yeah,
Hey, but the
Texans
Pack-
ain't
the
never talking
Packers-
about shit though.
The Packers got to go down to Arlington on week 4, so that's
never.
Gonna be
they ain't never accomplished what we accomplished.
What?
They can't get out the second round. Y'all only win wild card games. When the last time y'all won anything past a wild card game?
This year?
What you mean this year?
Well, we gonna do that this year.
Y'all say that y'all just like the Cowboys. That's why y'all cousins. The Cowboys.
I thought Real Talk was a Cowboys fan.
And swear they
hell no.
Oh, you're not a real Texas fan?
Texas fan.
Yeah, Texas. Man,
yeah, we got CJ. Oh, we still didn't get him like an offensive line yet, but that defense is elite. You know what I'm saying? So
that defense is solid. But
CJ
CJ gonna nut up like he always do. He gonna
get his line. He just needs a line.
How many times is Michael going to sit Dak down week 4?
How many times who?
Dak better sit himself down. That's what he better do.
Yeah, Michael gonna go crazy.
He better let Trey Lance go out there.
They do. They play Arlington week 4.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a hell of a game.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Yo, it's been a hell of an episode, man. We got 2 Texans, we got 2 fruit bats, we had 2 Serbs up here. We apparently had 3 white people up here. We had 2 Brits. This is very interesting, and we got an African, a real African up here. I'm
the realest African here.
Oh,
okay.
Yo, that is heat.
I've lived my whole life in Africa. What are you talking about?
Hey, brother, you ain't gonna get no pushback from me. You ain't gonna get no pushback from me, brother.
I've lived my whole life in Africa. Come on.
He's in the homeland.
Yeah, congratulations, brother.
Shout out to motherland for real. But Mike the Champ said, Mike, 12, chill, 0. You lose again, brother. Keep going.
So
Mike.
out of all 7 of us up here, right? No bias. Who won that debate?
Mike.
For real.
Chill won, bro. Mike came out busting, but Chill won.
Mike was
bottom row.
Big Mike, you should have turned your camera on, Big Mike. You would have been a piece of that shit.
I stopped watching because of Mike. Yeah, I can't hear all that.
Chill
definitely won.
All you had to do was turn your
I
camera
think Mike
on.
gave him some run.
He did give him a run,
at the
but Chill won.
beginning. But as the debate continued, Chill got it.
He was like Luka on defense. He started out with good intention, but he eventually ran out of steam.
Mike could have won that whole starting 5 debate, but then he just started yapping.
See, I don't even remember what the debates were about. I do remember I had Chill 2-1 though.
Yeah, well, Mike, the judges had you winning. You just didn't turn your camera on. Too bad. Ray sent through a super chat. It said, which Blazers team was better, 90 or 92?
I'm supposed to know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
92 went to the championship. We'll go with them.
That is crazy.
Wait,
that is a crazy question.
Mars will be able to answer that in a jiffy.
Just because he answers shit fast, y'all be believing him.
Nah, I already know. I already know. Mars will answer that. Mars will be like, I got it pulled up right here. Yeah, that was better. I'm like, how the fuck do you have that pulled up?
He don't.
Man, he be getting sent the topics. I'm convinced, yo. That's what be happening.
989 Michi said Blazers convo is a repeat of the Pistons last year.
Yeah. I wouldn't say the Pistons because they were better than the Pistons were the previous year.
The Pistons were a lot nastier last year.
It's about to be a dogfight for the 12th seed between them and the Pelicans.
I don't know. You were talking about sleeper teams. I didn't get a chance to get mine. Mine was the Blazers and Wizards. Those teams are gonna be a lot better than they were.
I've been hearing about the Wizards too.
Yeah, they're gonna win 30 games.
What about the Suns?
No. The Wizards
combined. They're gonna win 30 games combined.
No, the Wizards probably win 40 some games. The Blazers fuck around and might make the playoffs. I ain't gonna lie, Ron. Like,
yeah, they need to get someone that can dribble.
I got $100 bet with Chill. You want to take that?
How much was the bet?
$100 with Chill. That the Blazers won't make, or that the Blazers will miss the playoffs.
Ooh, I'm gonna get back to you on that bet. Give me.
I'll take $100 bet with you. I'll take $100 bet with you.
Give me like a couple of weeks.
They make the play in.
I'll do that too.
All right, fuck it. Yeah, I'll do that bet. The play in bet.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Blazers sniffing them top 10.
Yeah.
I got 2 bills on the line.
Hold on, let me add this because I done made 5 bets today. I just bet you guys. That's 2 bets that the Blazers will miss the play in. I bet Chill $100 that the Blazers will miss the playoffs. I bet Chill another $100 that the Cavs won't make the Eastern Conference Finals.
I bet that one too. That was
I
easy
bet
one.
Swiper that the Seahawks will have a better record than the Broncos. I should have did that which team wins the division, but that's neither here nor there. I ain't tripping. And then I also bet Chill that the Seahawks will beat the 49ers in the first week.
What y'all bet on that game?
We bet 100. Every bet's 100.
Ron, you finna go broke, bro.
That can be a good day or a real
You got
bad
money
day.
on the floor, Ron.
It's
That
all
could be a
spread
real
out.
good
I'll
day,
be
you
all right.
know.
It's all spread out.
I do want to
Remember, ours is to play in. Blazers
Yeah,
play in.
I got that playing bit for sure.
I want to say something about that super chat we just glossed over, which is the 90 Blazers versus the 92 Blazers. I would take the 92 Blazers. Now, somebody said the 92 Blazers went to the finals. Y'all are neglecting to remember the 90 Blazers also went to the finals.
Yeah, that's
both
what I was
teams.
saying. When I was like, what, the 90, they played the Pistons, right?
Both teams went to the finals. Similar
Yeah.
rosters, similar structure, similar play style. I think the 92 Blazers, because I think Clyde was just that much better in 92 than he was in 90. So I just, filling in for Chill and Mars with an actual answer there.
Shout out Clyde. Ray sent through a super chat and said,
Good
what's
job
Scottie
looking up
Pippen's
box
best
scores.
series?
I did not look up box scores. I had to take a moment to think about
That's
it.
an Ox question right there. I don't even know that.
Yeah, what's Scottie Pippen's best
Ox,
series?
this is your question.
That's your question.
Huh? What box scores are you going to look up?
All of them. All of them.
I mean, they lost 4-1 to the Pistons. I would argue that Bulls team they lost to was better than the Pistons, and I think they gave the Bulls a better run. So, yeah, the 92 Blazers are a little bit better. I'm not talking about net ratings. I'm not talking about analytics, Ox. I could look those up. I'm just saying to think about it. Yes. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about the Blazers, yo.
989 Michi became a YouTube member. Shout out to 989 Michi. Also, shout out to all of our Hall of Famers. We got 2 of them up here with my man Bulletproof and my man Vale being up here. Salute to you guys. Appreciate y'all.
That's crazy.
Appreciate y'all for joining the stream. But for all the other Hall of Famers that didn't join, shout out to Kingster, shout out to Teddy Hart, shout out to Trevi, shout out to Cheese, shout out to Joe Breezy, shout out to Worldwide Mace Television, shout out to Multi Kenny, and then shout out to another guy named Jason Grillionaire. Would love for all of you guys to come on whenever you get an opportunity to. Salute to y'all. We have another super chat from Purple Political Breakdown. Shout out to Riddell. Riddell said the Luka fandom is officially trading Pin for Ox.
Oh my god.
That's so not a fair trade. Y'all be like what?
Yeah, you think it's not a fair trade.
Pin, I ain't gonna lie, you've been hating recently on Luka.
Pin better come with at least 5 first rounds to equal me.
Damn. Damn, yo, that's
out of pocket.
I mean, we're not gonna measure who has more influence in the space and shit. That's cool, but I'll say this:
who are you influencing?
People,
a whole
people
country
that watch videos
a
in
whole
a country.
What you got?
Who are you influencing? Your
real life. People
a little itty bitty city in Northern California.
You going down the street door to door trying to convert people into Luka fans? What are you doing with your life, bro?
In real life, bro.
Nah, for real. I've never really been that high.
I'm not even trying to get into this type of shit with you, but be for real, because I do not value life on YouTube views. Like that might be cool for you, subscribers and YouTube views, but that's not my. That's not really my life.
You know where you are right now? You're on YouTube. So
really,
I guess
really.
I mean,
I be for real though. Be for real. Come on, keep going, Ron. Keep going. I'm not gonna play.
I mean, you didn't even have to tell me you didn't value this. I kind of gleaned that from your behavior.
I'm not gonna play like this.
And the accuracy and preparedness of your take.
I'm not gonna.
But I will say
this.
He said you can. He tell you.
I welcome the
real
trade.
life.
Trade me out.
Oh, come on.
I'm out. I'm good.
Please.
Khalil 2025 with the last super chat of the day said, "Who's your top 5 MVP candidates next year?"
Oh man,
Luka Doncic.
I just want to hear y'all favorites. We don't have time for everybody's top 5. We got Luka. We got Wemby.
KD.
Giannis. KD.
No, I'm gonna be different.
KD. Okay, maybe. Yeah. That's a good pick.
I got AD being top 5 this year.
AD
Trae
maybe.
Young.
Kyrie's missing too much time, though. Anthony
Edwards gonna go crazy.
Trae Young.
Anthony Edwards next year.
Trae Young is
MVP.
You know what? Never get Trae Young that respect.
You said Wemby?
He's so wide open.
Never get Trae Young.
Way better shot of winning.
So 25 and 11.
Yeah, you box score watch all
25 and 12.
Being the best defender in the league I don't know. I
Been
think
the
that's
best
more
pass in the
valuable.
league.
Trey Young? Trey Young?
We act like Wemby can't average 25. Wemby could average 25. Plus, he's giving you all the rebounds. Plus, he's giving you all the blocks. Plus, he's on probably a better team. I don't know, man.
All right.
And he's giving you 25 and 12 as well.
Hey, Ox.
Huh?
What's up?
Hey, man, me personally, bro, I'm just saying, bro. Bro, you gonna let him
how much
do you like that?
I'm such a Luka FC guy that I didn't even debate in the DCL when I was asked to defend him. I'm not a Luka FC guy. Y'all picking him to win MVP. People saying he's gonna win MVP. People saying he's gonna win MVP are assuming the Lakers are gonna be a really good team. And I'm sorry to say, DeAndre Ayton, you're starting to center. Please be for real.
That's what they DeAndre Ayton hate, man. I ain't never like that's crazy to me.
That ain't crazy. Did you?
I don't think he's a good basketball player.
That's crazy. That's hate. That's hate right there. That's crazy.
That's not
hate. You can't say that a good basketball player. That's crazy.
I think with Luka, you need defensively oriented basketball players playing the 5. I would rather.
You don't think DeAndre Ayton can play defense at all?
Can we start at this baseline though? Is he not significantly better than Jackson Hayes?
Sure.
Oh yeah, he better than Jackson Hayes.
Absolutely.
Sure.
So did we not
is he
get
better
better?
than
Like,
Jacob
did we not get significantly better at the position?
Wait, so
you got significantly better, but you're replacing with the wrong archetype. Like this is why people just go talent. Like sometimes talent can distract and talent can take away something. Like if DeAndre Ayton really buys in, and this is a proven contract and whatever, with him, and if he just locks in defensively and he's willing to play really off the ball, but if he starts cooking in the mid post and starts doing some of the dumbass shit that he be doing and showing up late and disrupting team chemistry, I'm sorry. Like give me Jackson Hayes.
So you don't think
I still won't take Jackson Hayes over
I don't think he's a good defender.
But if DeAndre Ayton starts, sleeping on air mattresses and doing all that stuff again.
So what's a good defender? What's the line here for like a good defender?
Like Jakob Poeltl or better.
So Jacob Poeltl is better than DeAndre Ayton.
He is a considerably better defender.
All right,
yeah.
All right, y'all. It's been a good Friday.
Peace, y'all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back on Monday at the same time. Y'all already know how we do, but a couple things in the meantime. We will be on playback Saturday night to watch Asia Wilson.
The GOAT.
Oh, no, we ain't watching that game. We are watching the Wanna Bunner. How'd she make this? But hey, man, shout out to Wanna Bunner and Sabrina Hoops Saturday night on playback. And maybe Alyssa Thomas might be there. Maybe Brianna Stewart might be there. You never know. Maybe Chill might be there. Maybe Mars might be there. I know I'll be there. I know Penn will be there. I know Big Ox will be there. And I know we going to have a good ass time on playback. So be sure to pull up. Also, Chill with Chill tomorrow. Oxy, what time?
Noon Eastern.
It doesn't matter what time. You better be there. You better like the video. Also, Sunday, press box. Be sure to pull up. We'll see you guys when we see you guys. We out.
Peace.
Shout out all my